All right, good evening, guys. Welcome to round 4 of GR86 Cup. Keanu Dominado here, and with me tonight is Luis Moreno and Damon Wolf. Gentlemen, good
What's
evening.
up?
What's up, everybody?
What's
Good
up?
evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening to everyone.
Racing action.
First time na tatlo tayo in
Yeah,
one racing stream, no?
right,
Grabe,
right.
Damon
Yeah,
Wolf, so happy for
Me
you
and
to join
Keanu,
us.
yeah. Thank you, man. I mean, me and Keanu, we've had some history, but it's the
yeah.
first time that we have Luis Moreno with us. Of course, Luis Moreno, the Filipino who got the second place in Toyota Gazoo GT Racing Cup. Wow,
Grabe.
grabe, iba.
Salamat ka, Luis Moreno. Yeah.
Thank
Alamat.
you. Thank you.
All right. So, just some few opening remarks we have here. So, we are at round 4 in Sebring. So, I'd like to bring on Daryl Brady for his opening remarks. Go ahead.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Sim Racing PH GR86 Cup. We are on round four at Sebring International Raceway, and then yeah, we just want to thanks all the participating drivers for tonight who are inside the server now practicing. Thank you for joining the this series, and then yeah, I hope you guys you can enjoy the race tonight, the action, the side by side trading paints, everything in the racing involved. And then yep, I just want to thank also the where's my código? It's gone again. I'm not ready.
Yan ang pinaka-important dito eh. Tapon mo na yung mga kotse,
Uh,
tapon mo na yung mga maps,
yeah.
kailangan yung kodigo.
And then okay, where's the código? Stream elements logo cancel. Okay, I saw it now. Okay, thank you again for the sponsors. Parts Pro PH, D for Graphics, Sim Racing PH, Sim Magic, DBGP, Sunday Bytes, Unknown PH, ESC, DMR, Dominado Racing Motorsports Rally, Seven Star Garage, Pinky Part PH, Overboost, Ribbon Arc Racing Motorsport, Soul Exhaust, and SkyeDRV. Okay, back to you guys. Enjoy.
All right. Thank you so much. That's Daryl Brady. All right. So, guys, let's catch the qualifying that is happening right now.
All right, so we're into qualifying. Is this the AM class? Am I
Yep.
correct?
This is
This
the
AM
amateur
class.
class.
Right. So do we have any I mean, we have Luis here with us, but do you have any notable names that you know, even in the amateur class? Of course, we know that Luis always participates in world-class events, but maybe here in the amateur class, you see some familiar names that you know
Well,
can be a threat.
in the amateur class, there's a close battle going on at the moment with Chizuru Minamoto leading the AM class championship with 84 points, but the points from P1 to P5 are like still within range of each other. We got John Paulo Yalo in P2, Kenneth Montemayor in P3, Masatune Ogura in P4, and Miko Palapus in P5. But not far behind them, of course, we got the likes of Earl Cahilig, Eli Dabilo, Emmanuel Di Parini, Dom
Di Kaiko, I think it's Di
Kaiko,
Kaiko.
sorry.
Yeah.
First time hearing that. Dom Di Kaiko, P9, and John Emmanuel Ramos in
Right.
P10. But let's not forget that these races have what we call the success ballast. So
Okay.
the top scorers of the last round will have the heaviest ballast coming into this round, which will give some of the other championship contenders and other drivers a chance to like at least get a taste of victory in this round.
Right.
We also have Jahan Kalam and Advan Ramirez in the AM class. These are also notable drivers as well. I remember they joined the Formula V1 Virtual Championship a couple of years back, and a lot of new names as well who are starting up in sim racing and first time, if not like one of their first leagues to join here.
Cool. And I just wanted to I just wanted to touch up on this one. What if just in case there are people who are not familiar with racing and what's these terms, ballast, diba? So basically, we're always we're giving a little bit of advantage to those who have not yet won anything. So kumbaga, the most successful drivers, they get an additional weight. And here in racing, weight is everything. I mean, it's going to be harder to control the car, going to be harder to get out of the corner. The car will be we'll have a challenge to try to accelerate. So all of this is in hopes of balancing and make it a fun race for everybody. Kumbaga.
Definitely,
That is correct.
Definitely, 100%.
Right, and just want to give a shout out to people on the chat, at least on my chat. We have J-Rail, Enrique Alionar, and of course my good friend, Paul Faustino.
What's
Ah,
up, Paul?
what's
It's
up,
been a
Ben?
while.
Is this Faustino? Is this number 18? Are you here, Paul? And
No, unfortunately, that
it's
would
not.
yeah, different Faustino running history, but it's not
Rainier.
Paul.
Rainier Faustino. Sakto.
Yeah.
Kapangalan lang, kapangalan
Yeah,
lang.
but we would love to see Paul
Yes.
back in these races. It's been a long while.
Been too
Who
long,
knows?
actually.
All right. So what are we seeing right now? This is qualifying. Right now we're seeing this right.
Yes, this is the qualifying session. The timer just ticked down to 0, which means all of the drivers are now at their last lap, trying to like get their best lap possible and get the best possible grid positioning coming into race 1, because race 1 will be based on the qualifying session.
Of course.
Time trial attack. So yeah, basically a straightforward race. Whoever's the fastest in qualifying gets P1 and so on and so forth.
Right, and at the moment we got Emmanuel Ramo actually at number 1 at 217.427, and not far behind. We got milliseconds from Palapus, from Tenet, JP. They're all milliseconds, but here in racing, milliseconds parang nakakapi ka na lang sa final, sa finish line yan eh. So, it's a big thing. I'd say that, wala, konti lang yan, blink of an eye lang yan, but yeah, very big deal here in racing, or in sim racing, of course, yung mga milliseconds na yan. Have you encountered? Yeah, Luis and Keanu, have you guys encountered, position changes in which you lost or won? In what's that like the closest difference in milliseconds that you've won or lost a race?
I believe that would be like me and Daryl back in 2016 when it was actually on a test race. We were only separated by 0.06.
Wow.
0.06, grabe.
Usually,
Yeah, I believe
hundredths
Darrell
of a
has that.
second ang labanan lately, no, Luis?
And that's just circuit racing. What more when we start doing something like oval racing, NASCAR or something?
Right, but how about rally? Since I know Keanu's here, have
Oh,
you
yeah.
encountered something like
It's minutes or
a millisecond? Do you have a
Millisecond.
millisecond
in
loss
rallycross,
or
actually.
win?
Rallycross, it does
rallycross,
happen.
Okay. So then, I mean, do you remember anything that ikaw na you participated in?
Myself?
Like a
Yes.
fun thing?
With fellow friends from the States, actually. I believe with Christian Navarro, we had one encounter before. It was long time ago. But
Okay.
yeah, it was during the pandemic, so we had nothing to do but sim race. So that was basically the peak of what we
Right,
were doing. So yeah, pretty much.
Millisecond wins and losses. That's the norm here in racing, right? So yung mga 1 second, if you look at the leaderboard right now, right on the left side, ladies and gents, if you're watching right now and you see the leaderboard and you see the people there like around a second or 2 behind or 3 behind, they really need to put in the extra work here, because again, with milliseconds, it's like a distance away na talaga. No? What more if you're like a second away? So they really need to put in some extra effort here. But of course, anything can happen. This is racing. Somebody can spin out. Somebody can oversteer. We're seeing right now people side by side together. A lot can happen. So you just need to put in all your skill and also have a little bit of luck on your side. Right?
I can attest to that, because qualifying lap, setting a blazing qualifying lap is one thing, but being able to like maintain composure in a racing situation, like a full grid of cars, like you're racing head to head with them, that's another thing, because you want to be ready for pretty much anything. Like what if something happens right in front of you or behind you, you get involved in an accident, or something like even a weather change, for example, like during the GR86 Cup Asia finals. Like I never got to like be pole until the last race. I mean, just it's just about doing your best and trying to minimize mistakes as much as possible. Basically, racing without any regrets, or little to no regrets at all. That's what racing is all about. Like sometimes all the quote goes, to finish first, you must first finish.
I like that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the map, guys. I mean, this is Sebring, so do we have? I mean, do we have any history why this map was chosen, or it's just tell me something. Tell me a little bit about the map, guys.
I don't know about Daryl why he chose Sebring, or rather the guys who organized these races why they chose Sebring, but we know that these Toyota GT4 86s are from an American series, I believe. There's a real life series in the US running the Toyota 86 on a
Oh,
Group 4 spec, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
see. All right.
Mhm. And they mostly run American tracks, so one of them being Sebring, and I believe we also ran Road America as the round one.
Mhm.
So I think we have a number of American tracks, US tracks in this calendar. But more about Sebring, I believe this was once an airfield.
It was actually a World War
Mm-hmm.
II training
Yeah,
base for the Air Forces. So
right.
basically, guys, if you're not aware, or the people watching at home, Sebring is located in Florida. It's Sebring, Florida. Yes, Luis is right. There's a lot of races being held there, including the 12 hours of Sebring, which
Mm-hmm.
is being run. And yeah, it was originally built as the Hendricks Army Airfield. So it was used by the Air Forces actually before it became a racetrack. You know what? Airports and places, parang bagay, no? It fits racing so much because of the long layout ba, or the runways, etc.
No, I think it's because they are much more easier to like convert from an airfield to a racetrack. Like take a look at the likes of Silverstone Circuit, for example. That used to be a World War II airfield.
There you go. All right.
So it's like also you have the likes of Cleveland, which is the ones that the Champ Car and IndyCar uses back in the mid 2000s. I believe that wasn't World War II airstrip. It's actually a commercial airport to this day, but you can see it from there just how easy it is to convert an airfield into a racetrack.
Right. And I like how what Paul said. No, Daryl probably wanted a 3 wide or 4 wide or 5 wide battle. So we're gonna see some five 4 lane side by side action ba dito? I mean, in a corner. Kiana, what do you
There's
think?
one sweeper right. I believe I would defer this to Luis. Now there's a hard
Mhm.
sweeper right here that can actually have a 5 wide turn here,
Mm-hmm.
given with
Yep.
caution, of course.
Yep, that's the last corner. But you guys should have seen the much wider Sebring back. I think it was 1995, 1996. Like the back straight
Mhm.
leading into that long right hander was so much wider. Like you could go 6, 7 wide even.
Cool. And I
Really?
wanted to say hi, by the way. Sorry, guys. I want to say hi to Bonbon sa Onoy. He's actually watching in the Sim Racing PH page.
Bonbon.
He
Bon
shared
Bon, what's
and liked
up?
the stream. Thank you so much, bro. Good evening to all of you gentlemen, sirs. I don't know if I'm
Sorry,
worthy
sir.
enough to be called a gentleman beside these two
Sorry,
gentlemen, but
sorry to interrupt you, but the 6 red lights are
oh,
illuminating, and we are getting
okay.
ready for race 1 of round 4 of the SRPH GR86 Cup, and it is a go. And I
And
think
we're
some
off.
drivers are having trouble in the start
Oh,
already.
what's that? What's that? They're stopped.
Not sure what happens there. Let's
Okay.
see what the race directors have to say. But right now we have Ogura coming into turn 1 side by side. Yeah, he holds. No,
No,
Emmanuel
Di
Marini takes the
Marini.
lead. Ogura got pinned on the
Oh my
outside side.
goodness.
And we have
A lot
someone
of
in the
action.
wall there. Oh, here we go. 3 wide. Coming into a bottleneck
Oh,
of the track. Looks
whoa.
like there's going to be quite a big mess
This,
here.
yeah, what a
I mean,
scramble.
if you just look at the first part of the track, first corner is very wide, and then all of a sudden it becomes like a bottleneck, a very narrow racetrack. Like
That's true.
drivers scrambling for position there, and it doesn't end well when it goes bottleneck big time. But meanwhile, Ura and Tiparini are going head to head, as I think we can see Ura taking back P1 coming into the hairpin section of the track.
Yeah,
and
but they were able to get away scot-free from that scramble. But they're not out of the woods yet. I mean, they are leading the pack, but there's a lot of them. A lot of other cars
Oh, there's a
behind
side
them.
by side
Dom Kennedy.
attempt there by John Calam on the inside of RJ Rivera.
Damn.
It's going to be on the outside of this corner coming in. Oh, so, looks like
Oh!
Rivera overcooked it a little there. Looks like
Oh
brakes
no!
on the-
Oh dear!
Are
what's
we
going on,
watching
guys?
a rally cross here? Yeah, no, I mean, we're seeing people in the grass here. What's happening?
I don't know, but I would think that because look at the nature of Sebring. It's got very long straights, very long stretches, and these cars start with cold brakes. If you guys aren't aware yet, Assetto Corsa actually simulates brake temperatures, so you really need to warm up your brakes to get the most out of its stopping power. Now, because the first few sections of this track are so long, and you only have like one or two corners where you actually brake, you have this long stretch coming to the hairpin where the brakes actually cool. So we're seeing drivers like overshooting some of the corners because their brakes have cooled
That
down.
happened, yeah.
Cooled down to a temperature where they aren't really that efficient. They don't have that perfect stopping power that they need.
So what would you recommend? I mean, if you were racing in there right now, Luis, what would you recommend? It should be earlier braking points, or what would be at least at the start of the race?
At least
Okay,
right.
hold on.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Hold on.
our camera
Oh.
has disconnected from the server, but let's hope the guys are still racing in the
No, they're
background.
not. Everybody is DNF.
Hold on.
No, maybe
on.
it could be the camera, so let's see. But anyway, while that's being
We are
sorted,
still live.
while that's being sorted, where were we? About the lap one. Brakes are cold, tires are cold. You just have to take it easy and try to stay away from incidents. And you just try to be careful in general in the first few laps, unless you're the leader, or at least on the front row, where you can
Right.
try
in
your
pole
best to
position,
run
you just
away.
Run away, exactly. Right.
But when you are in the middle of the pack, you really just have to be careful and just let the field settle down a little, because nobody wins the race on the first lap, as we know it. And the races are 20 minutes longer this time compared to, I believe it was only 15 minutes last time in Assen. So we have a much longer race and more time for the drivers to like make their moves and pull out their strategies.
Okay. And I think we're back. So where are we? Okay, we're back in action. Ogura is still leading. Diparine at second. We got JP at third. Emmanuel Ramo at fourth. Palapos at fifth. And the rest are actually on the way. There's still a lot of contact happening.
Yeah,
So
but
there's a lot of contact, right?
Yeah, but by now the drivers have pretty much warmed up their brakes and tires, so field has pretty much settled down, and now the drivers have some air to breathe and try to pull out their moves and try to make up positions or defend their positions if they are under attack by somebody behind them.
Right. As the race goes on, there's going to be comfortable spaces between the cars, so they can they can choose to attack, they can choose to lay back a little bit, unlike the scramble that we saw in the earlier laps, right?
We can see P1 to P6 are quite spread out, but it looks like there's a train. Could we switch to Johan Kalam? Let's see. I believe there's a train behind them, a pack of cars fighting for position.
And this is the long straightway. That's
just
the
as I
one.
said, quite a battle here. Jahan Kalam making up to P10, taking advantage of all that carnage at the start. And as we said, a little bit aggressive there on the first one. I think he's hit Aranza's turn one. Looks like that's going to be noted by the stewards later on, because he was way too far from turn one, and he made an aggressive move that may cost Jahan Kalam later on in the race. And now he has.
What are the penalty system here in this kind of race? The stewards find you guilty.
Yeah, it depends on the steward's decision. Sometimes maybe it's just a time penalty, 5-10 seconds, depending on the severity of your incident. But in other cases, it's a one position down if in case you took somebody out and he lost positions.
Right, and at screen right now we see Kalam, and we've got Ryan Lopez right behind him, looking, trying his best to find out any way he can pass. Some pressure coming from Ryan Lopez here at the back, and I think he's going for it. Diving! Dove to the inside, but overshot it. Right, he's back behind.
We're seeing cars like trying to take advantage of the curves a little, but this track, don't be deceived by the flat. It looks flat in terms of elevation changes. It's, you know, there aren't really that elevation changes in this track. But as a racing driver, this track is very bumpy. The curves can punish you. And we can see, oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go
Ryan
again.
Lopez having a look there,
For the
but
attack.
Jahan Kalam defending on the outside.
But here it
still
comes.
side
You
by
can get the
side,
inside
coming
here.
into the back straight. Right.
Oh,
And this is a
bad.
long straight. Looks like Paul Ryan Lopez is going to make use of the slipstream.
Yeah,
Jahan
he's
Kalam trying to shake him
behind.
off. But looks
Oh.
like this straight is just too long for Jahan Kalam to defend. Paul Ryan Lopez is going to have the
Going for the
slipstream
overtake.
advantage. He's
Yep.
going to have the inside coming into the long right-hander, and Paul Ryan Lopez
There you
takes
go.
P9.
Wow, overtake. Clean overtake there. Unlike the contact that we saw earlier. And, oh, by the way, guys, I want to give a shout out to the 26 viewers we have right now. Hello, welcome again. This is the GR86 Cup, round 4. You're watching 8M class right now. You got your boy Damien Wolf. I'm joined by Keanu Dominado and, of course, Luis Moreno. You're watching some GR86 action here. Say hi. You can say hi to your favorite racers or to your favorite casters. They're handsome casters right now. So, Paul said, he Luis Hamilton the slipstream. I like it.
Yep. Actually, he timed that perfectly. Like, he knows he doesn't have a chance on the corner, so he decided to wait for it for a little and try to make use of the slipstream on the straight, because, like I've said earlier, the straights here, the stretches here are so long that you can actually just slipstream your way and then make sure you outbrake the guy ahead of you on the next corner. As you see here, Miko Palapus having a look at Emmanuel De Parini, trying to get V3. He could have hold on to it, but it looks like Miko Palapus a little bit too excited on the accelerator. And also notice how some of the sections of this track are a mix of asphalt and concrete. So when you're on the concrete, you have to be mindful of the acceleration. Easy, a little bit of bump there. Kenneth wasn't sure where
There was a signal. Did Kenneth signal Emmanuel? Like he signaled. I think he apologized.
I don't know, because like Kenneth
practice there. So.
Kenneth was committed on that corner, like he wanted to exit as quickly as possible, but it turns out Di Parini overcooked that corner and tried to rejoin too quickly and ended up right in front of Kenneth Monson in P5. So that's why Kenneth may have, let Di Parini know, hey, be careful. Let Di Parini know about it. But anyway, Masatune Ogura pulling away in P1, and I believe this despite his ballast that he has for.
Right.
We check on the standings again.
Hey
The
guys,
class,
one of the
he's in
drivers to look
P4.
out for in the amateur class is actually this gentleman right here, Masatsune Ogura, the brother-in-law of Emmanuel De Parine.
Ooh, interesting.
I didn't know these guys are related.
What team are they from? Are they the same team?
I don't know if they're in the same team,
Ogura is currently number 4 on points, 57 points.
but it's
Yeah,
always
so
in contention. Actually, this gentleman right here.
So it seems he's not really carrying that much ballast compared to the likes of JP, who's running in P2 in this race and also P2 in the standings. So it's like JP just has to strategize this race and try to finish the best he can and try to
That's
maximize the point, because it's not only race 1, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about. We still have race 2, and race 2 is a reverse grid race.
That's right.
So there's going to be much more at play later on. There's going to be much more carnage, much more going on with the drivers later on in race 2, because now you have the fastest drivers starting somewhere further back.
There's a hungry pack happening behind Kyle Sanchez here, Luis.
And
Sanchez and Odulio or is it Rivera?
looks like these two Lightning McQueen cars actually make that 3, because there's another red car right behind them. But
Oh, this is
I
the Kachow! Probably
Yep.
Kachow Racing.
Kachow Racing. But I would prefer to call these like the McQueen team.
The McQueen team.
Yeah, because of the liveries. But it looks like these two guys are just trying to like work each other. They're probably communicating by now. I mean, they're not going to try and fight each other, because they're going to try and at least get into the top 10 and get some good points. They're trying to catch one Rivera, who is not far ahead of them. And they are actually in slipstream range, because at these speeds, these cars can actually punch quite a hole in the air, and they can actually be felt like 1 second away. And slowly we have Sanchez creeping into Rivera in the P10, and wow, Rivera's losing a lot of time just in that section alone. And now these two Cachao cars are right behind Rivera. Who's going to attack first? That is the question. Will it be Kyle or will it be Leo? But I'm sure it's going to be Kyle who's going to make the first move. And once Kyle makes his move, once Kyle is through, then Leo will make the move.
Right, might be a slingshot motion here. Maybe you're gonna shake and bake, but Kyle is nearer, so definitely there's gonna be pressure.
Rivera's
Talking
definitely
about
feeling
Team
the pressure
Cachao
right
really
about
ganging
now.
up on RJ Rivera right there, Luis.
Right.
They're putting double pressure on Rivera, and looks like, whoa, I thought these guys weren't supposed to battle, but looks like,
Are they?
they're battling, these guys. Whoa.
Are they battling? So
Yeah, looks like they are battling. Not an ideal situation at the moment, but let's hope they don't lose time in the process.
Three-way battle between LEW, Kyle Ang, and Jahan Kalam.
Callum, right.
Oh, what I think.
Oh, careful.
Easy.
Okay.
He lost a little bit of ground there.
Something doesn't feel right with Jahan Kalam's car, because I think he may have a different setup approach for this race and it's not working out so well, and not to mention the damage that he has taken in the earlier incidents that we see.
Right, the damage stays, right? The damage stays. This is
The damage, yes, the damage stays, and it punishes you, and especially in this track where you need a top end speed is quite crucial. If you have aero damage, you are going to lose some of that top end speed.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is how many laps are they going to be running? This is 20 and 1 lap, is that correct? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if
I believe
got it
it's,
right.
would this reach
I
8
think it's-
laps, Luis?
8 laps.
I would say 11 laps, because
11?
on average,
Really?
yeah, I think they're doing like 2 minutes 14 on this track, so maybe 9 or at least 8. Yeah, but I'd say 9.
Oh!
Rainier Faustino, what happened there?
Rainier Faustino.
I am guessing he lost it at
He's
the
all
end.
alone. He was all alone there. So.
I am guessing he lost it at the entry of turn 3,
Right.
which was that tight left-hander coming into the S section. I mean, you clip the grass on this track, it can really set you off already.
Like
Okay,
the grass
but,
is ice in this track, no?
so ice skating. And wait, so if we have 8 laps, is there any pit action here? I mean,
No,
no
it's
pit action.
too short.
No pit stop. It's just a straightforward
short.
race.
Okay, got it. So the people who have damages, have damage in their cars, they're gonna have to
Yeah, they're going to
make
have to
do.
bear it. They're going to have to bear it. And,
get as much points as they can, right?
yeah, salvage what they can.
Meanwhile,
hopefully-
for Max Zablan is on overtaking range for Joel Kelly Mabao, battling for P7.
Right. So Kelly Mabao.
Whoa!
Easy on the steering and accelerator.
Always
That's
that
what cost
exit.
him some momentum coming into this first long straight. And Max Zablan on the slipstream range of Kelly
Here
Mabao.
it is. He's gonna be
Going to have a look at Big Hairpin.
Corner?
No, too far.
Far
Not enough.
He's just piling in the pressure right now at the moment, waiting for an opportunity to bounce.
He seems to be catching up on the straightaways more and losing Mabao on the corners. So maybe a little bit of adjustment on the braking points.
Believe on the
Or,
choice of line there, Luis.
Not just that, but let's remember that these races are actually open setup, and you can actually adjust the spoiler on these cars. And considering the nature of this track with long straight, I think some drivers would consider taking in lower downforce setup, but try to compensate it for compensate a little bit of handling using the suspension setting, because this track, like I mentioned earlier, is bumpy. So they also want to take into consideration how bumpy the track is and adjust their suspensions and dampers accordingly.
Okay, how
So-
would you adjust your suspension in this type of race for Sebring?
Well, for a bumpy track, I think you might want to go for somewhere in the middle. You don't want to go too stiff, but you also don't want to go too soft.
just the right balance, right? I mean, you don't
Oh,
want to
ooh,
go.
whoa.
Earl Kahelig
That's a huge.
using some track there, but he didn't gain position, so that
Well,
was
that's
not
it.
a problem. But
Oh,
I think
oh. Some
oh,
slowdown right
uh,
there from Kyle.
Like there's a dogfight here. It's a dogfight.
Putting
like
the
those two
pressure there
guys.
on Jan Kalam.
Jahan Kalam, and I think, yeah, he's really struggling in this race. And I think that's a back marker. Looks like we have back marker issues already in this race. Be careful, guys.
Okay, we're the 6 laps in, and if Luis, if you're correct, we're 2 laps, last 2 laps probably.
Oh,
Major there. What
no.
happened there? Looks like back marker got in the way. I think didn't get to
Damn.
see the right
That's
angles,
nasty.
but Jahan Kalam got in the mix as well. Earl Kahili, hard hit on the wall in the middle of the long right-hander there. That's going to be some damage, but I think Jahan Kalam, where is he now? He's in P14. Oh, I
He's
think
in
looks like
P14, yeah.
oh, that looks like Earl Kahili has major damage. You can see him struggling, turning left at that first left-hander rather.
And here comes, I
The
think,
majority of the cars have a
Rivera.
battle of their own. I mean, if you see the gap on the leaderboards, guys, they all have a
that's
gap.
Looks like that's definitely major damage on Earl Kahili's car, and I think he's going to the stewards later after this race.
All right, so want to give a shout out again to Brooke Escudero. We got Aldo Ray Balagulan and Mark Anthony Paradina. They're watching right now on the SRPH group page.
Shout out to
Hello
you,
to you, gentlemen.
Sir Mark Paradina,
Shout
watching
out
from
and
Hong
good
Kong.
evening, Sir
Good
Mark.
evening. Good evening. All right, so we're now looking at P5. We got Emmanuel Ramo here, trying his best to catch up to Kenneth at P4. Actually, the top 4 are kind of, well, the
Pretty
top
close together.
Very close together, right?
Yes, from
And
P2, 3, 4, and
P2,
5.
P4,
Looks like
5, yeah.
they still have a chance to like get a podium in this one. Like
Right.
they don't do a mistake, they'll be fine. But if they do just one mistake, the guys behind them are going to bounce them right away unless they like how do you say it? Damage limitation and all sorts.
And
That's right.
the slip ups, right? I mean, you're not just working with lost time when you spill here, or you get in contact, or you go off road. It's because there's also car damage that you'll have to contend with.
As I was saying, Nico Palapus hits the inside wall there quite hard. That could be some damage on his car, and looks like these two behind him are going to get
Oh,
ready
they're
to
catching
bounce.
up. There we go.
Oh, ooh, whoa, whoa.
Incident there, incident.
T-bone steak there. T-bone. And wow. Okay,
I'd like to give a shout out to Team Arcadia for actually choosing the Castrol livery for today's race. I mean,
Yeah,
take a gander on that, guys.
Looks
I
awesome.
love this livery. Like,
Yep.
it just gives that Gran Turismo 1 vibes.
That's right.
Okay, well,
Makes me want to try put on a Castro livery on, say, a GTR for a change.
yeah, why not? You know,
Why not?
it's,
I mean,
liberty.
I mean, Castrol has no exclusivity as far as I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have a Castrol here, a sticker in my folder, Manila folder here. So you know. it says-
all right.
All right, well, so we got Ogura is he actually has a bit of a lead here, not too comfortable lead because
There's a
you can still see
3-second
people
lead
behind him.
actually from JP Alung on P2.
Right, but look, we've seen a lot of slip-ups from I know there's a lot of contact and maybe well, some T-boning and yeah, and then we got some solo people making mistakes. So Ogura becoming very consistent here because he
Yeah,
can have a slip-up of his own, and you know, we can see here on the screen, JP is actually just behind him. It is a 3-second difference, but still, one slip up out of these 8 laps. So, you know, you gotta admire and be impressed with the consistency that he's been having so far in this race.
He could afford to relax, maybe just a little, but not too much, because as you can see in that long right-hander, how he
Ripped a little
attacked that
there.
corner, he was on the edge right there, like under
Yeah.
braking. The car's weight is all on the front, and it wants to like oversteer. He could have hit the inside wall if he's not careful, and that could have been bad.
That's what I'm talking about, right? But living on the edge here, and still being consistent. Like I said, very impressive, display here by Ogura, putting a clinic in, balancing consistency and competitiveness. I guess. I mean, I don't see JP on the screen anymore. Oh, okay, here I see him. So he's still here. He's still near, and it's still a fight. It's still a fight, guys.
Yeah, and I think Ogura is perfectly strategizing the races according to the ballast that he has, because right now he is in P4 in the championship standings, which means he doesn't really have that much of a heavier car to worry about. But right now in this race, he's going to try and maximize those points and see if he could catch up to the leaders. And not to mention, we have an absentee, I believe it's Chizuru Minamoto. Chizuru's not here, I believe.
I believe he's using his real name right here, Luis.
I see. Okay. So
It is this gentleman right here, Paul Ryan Lopez.
Ryan Lopez. Okay, we've seen him.
and we know he has the heaviest ballast at the moment, and he's down to P7. So this is where the success ballast comes into play. Like, you have the winners of last race, the top scorers of last race actually need to like try and make do
Work harder.
with the
Work harder, yeah.
not just work harder, but try to make do with the ballast that they are carrying for this round. Because I myself experienced it back in the Formula V1 Virtual in 2020, was it? Because
He was
I
21.
won. I was the top scorer of race 1. Rather round 1, and I really struggled in round 2 because 20 kilos on a light car makes a difference already.
Damn. I'm seeing the gaps are widening actually between the cars now. I mean, although JP is now nearer, he's actually around 2 seconds, 2.7 though, but he was earlier around 3. I think he gained a second.
Yeah, but I think Ogura just wanted to bring it home this time. This is the last lap. He's going to take the checkered flag
that's it.
for race.
Race 1, that's race finish.
There you go. So it's that lap.
Satsune Ogura at P1, JP Along at P2, Miko Palapos at P3, Kenneth Montemayor at P4, John Emmanuel Ramos at P5, and P6 for Paul Ryan Lopez, or last minute position switch rather. P6 goes to Joel Kelly Mambao. Snaked it right there. Leo Dulio Jr. finishes P8 and Max Zablan at P9. P10 for Kyle Sanchez and P11 for Eli Doblio. For Kyle Ang at P12.
You got Kahilig here.
Kahilig at P12.
Did he run out of fuel?
I think he ran out of fuel. Oh dear.
Somebody
man.
stopped at the advanced auto parts.
Oh, look at
Oh
that.
no. Oh no. Kyle Ang.
Did he miscalculate on the fuel?
Or maybe he had
Jan
some
Kalam
major
as well.
damage.
Jan Kalam,
I don't
but
hear
he
any
crossed the
engine
line.
sound as well from Jahan Kalam. Like, oh dear.
Kyle
Yeah,
Ang, I think, that's the last thing.
Antonio
Worst thing
Conejero
you
finishes
could
at
think of.
P16.
It's like
Ralph
he
Borja
miscalculated fuel
at
there.
P17.
Mhm.
Oh man, that is nasty
Oh,
right there.
man.
That's too bad. It's going to be a DNF, I think, for Yang if you cannot cross the line. And you know what's cool about here in this kind of race, right? I mean, we're simulating
Oh,
weight.
ooh,
Oh,
that was close.
Oh, there.
very close call. So guys, remember that the wall is your friend. Okay, and that's how it is in racing. The wall is your friend,
Wait,
and you do not touch your friend.
You don't.
Okay.
You don't.
You don't touch your friend.
You don't.
touch your friend. A little bit of humor there, guys. Okay, so we
I
are
got me
with the
confused there. How is the wall your friend?
yeah, because you don't touch your friend, right?
Yeah,
do you
that's
touch your
what he
friend,
said.
Louis?
I don't. I mean, you touch them when you like do a high five
Yeah,
or
let's
something.
let's not go in there. I know.
Yeah, but not that touch. Yeah. Sorry,
All right.
apologies for the young.
No worries. And I
But,
want to give a
yeah.
shout out again to our 30 viewers. What is up, guys? Welcome to our live stream. You got your boy Damien Wolf joined by Keanu. Actually, I'm joining them. We got Keanu Dominado and Luis Moreno here casting with me. Well, I'm casting with them. Oh, what's this? This is
Winner
Rainier
celebration.
Rainier
You know,
Francisco just went through the
just-
gas here.
Yeah, he's crossed the line already. He's just having a time of his life right
Right. Did Ang already cross the line? And
No,
I think,
no.
no, it's gonna be a DNF
I think
probably.
someone needs to push him at least.
We're
Wala,
gonna see
it's not
cars.
GTA where you can bring out the character and just start pushing.
No, you can't do
Can't.
that.
Oh
So
man.
Moi Moi likes my joke. He says, "Do not touch your friend." Best. He
Nice
says,
one
"Best
there.
commentary I've heard." Happy to divulge and happy to provide that humor, Moi Moi. So pretty cool. All right, so guys, we are now again done with that part of the race. We have a race two, right? I think race two
Yes,
will
we
be
race
starting.
two will be a reverse grid, but before that starts, I think we have to hand it over to Daryl. I
So
think he has
Daryl,
some announcements to make.
Mr.
Hello
Brady.
again. Hello again. I hope you enjoyed the race one. No? Medyo ma-action yung nangyari on especially on the last part. May mga they ran out of fuel, everything stopped. Last corner, switching, and then yeah, maybe this race too will be a chaotic one because it's a full reverse grid. So let's see what will happen to them. But first, I want to thank the sponsors again. Hello, guys. Again, where's my código? It's gone again. Why did I
You had an
close my
entire race
código?
to
Yes,
fix your código, bro. What happened, man? What the hell?
I always forgot to not to close my código. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you again, Parts Pro PH, D for Graphics, Sim Racing PH, Sim Magic, DBGP, Sunday Bites, Unknown PH, ESC, DMR, Dominado, E-Motorsports Rally, 7 Star Garage, Pinky Parts PH, Overboost Racing, Ribbon Arc Motorsports, Soleg Sauce, and SkyeDRV. Alright, back to you guys.
All right, and yeah, while Daryl again loses his código while we're speaking here, he's probably gonna lose it again. But anyway, so we lost the stream. I don't
Hold
see
on.
it.
Yeah.
Hold
Anyway,
on. Hold
yeah,
on.
we're gonna get it back. Don't worry, guys.
There we go.
So anyway, again, if you've just tuned in, we are currently at the GR86 Cup. This is round four. We're gonna be in race two, I think, race two, and we have Luis Moreno and Keanu Dominado here with me. Of course, your boy Damien Wolf, and we are casting for you guys. If if you're cheering for your favorite driver, leave it in the comments. Make sure that you also cheer for your favorite team. Or if you want to trash talk, no, not too trash talking. But
No.
if you want to leave any spirited commentary. There you go. If you want to leave any spirited commentary to your to whoever you want, you can do so, but keep it this is a gentleman's sport. So it's the same for the viewers. Keep it in your pants and just
Keep it
keep it
PG
light,
at least.
keep it polite, right? You can curse them with silk rather than throwing trash around.
Mhm.
And yeah, cool. All right. So what can we see here, Cano and Luis? This is reverse grid. Is there are there any changes? Do you see any advantages from people? What's going to happen?
I think
Uh,
there's going to be, I mean, it's hard to predict, but considering what happened in race one, on a straightforward race, we can expect something to happen at the after the first corner. As we see, the six red lights are illuminating. Someone is making a jump start. Someone's excited to
Oh,
go. That's going to be a penalty for him. And we are
damn.
racing race two of round four of the GR86 Cup. And looks like they're already scrambling for positions.
Yep,
But
here we go.
let's
We
see
saw a
what's
lot of
going to
action here, right?
let's
The
see what's
first
going to
race.
happen at the exit of turn one. This is where most of the carnage happened. Coming in now. Let's see, guys. Be careful, be careful, be
Ooh.
careful. And
Oh my
look
God!
us already, as we have expected right there. Wow.
This is
Cars are
twisted metal.
Cars are everywhere at the exit of turn one. We don't know. We didn't get to see what exactly happened there,
Yeah.
but because of that bottlenecking section, it's just easy
Oh,
to predict
ooh.
that there's going to be quite a carnage there. Looks like cars damaged, like a lot of cars may have been collected there. We could see some cars struggling for performance at this point in the race already.
Right, but we see Di Marini, Silo, and Callum at the first three positions.
Di
Of course,
Marini
anything can
already.
still anything can still happen here. They're very close to each other. But you know, it would not be advisable. You know, would it be a good strategy if you know if you're at the back, try to get out of the scramble, keep your car healthy, right? I mean, you get damaged in the first turn, then you're racing with a limp leg, so to speak.
Correct. You just want, if you see something like, if you don't feel easy at all with what's about to happen, it's always better to like just slow down and try to like get ready for what's about to happen. And if you see an accident, you don't want to like sense and try to be opportunistic, because it can cost you a lot more. And as you can see, somebody off there, I think he just touched the grass, and that
I think there's some teammate rivalry right here in front.
I know, we saw this earlier. The Kachao racing team, they're together again. they're pretty much together. Is this a strategy? Is this a dogfight? I'm not sure.
They're trying to size up each other. We'll never know.
And again, this is just the first lap. Drivers are kind of like getting to know their car once more with cold tires and cold brakes. They're not yet up to the optimal temperatures at this point, but at the end of this lap, they should feel comfortable as they come into the first corner at full speed for the first time in this race.
Meanwhile, for Masatsune Ogura going through traffic at the back of the grid, now as he moves up to P15.
This was our top placer earlier.
I think he may have been involved in that accident earlier.
Whoa! What the hell was that?
Looks like Rivera. I saw that, like an aggressive dive bomb coming into the long right-hander there, and that didn't work very well for him.
That didn't go in his favor. Oh dear.
Right. So you know, a miscalculation there can lead to something very disastrous for your race. So you need to make sure. Although you have to take risks. This is racing, right? So there's a gap. You want to take it, but then that you know, the difference between a real racer and probably somebody that's speeding on the streets, you know, you got to make sure you have calculated action here. I mean, it can't be this complete diving.
This looks like a bit of lag here. Let's check on top of the grid. We have from John Callum. What the hell was that?
Okay, I think that was a case of lag, because these cars looks like they're all over the place right now. I think the Kachao cars just, like somebody just lost their brakes or something, but I think that's a case of lag.
You mean the McQueen team, right?
Yeah, the McQueen team looks like they had an unintentional team kill due to the lag. One of them just overshot and hit the McQueen in front.
There you go. Daryl Brady is asking the drivers Discord what happened there. Oh no.
Are we looking at a red flag in this race? But it looks like the ping has stabilized a little bit, but that was stormy earlier. Like, I think we had like
that was nasty, man.
Yeah, but sometimes you just have to like there's nothing much you can do about some races. Like I remember in the GR86 Cup Philippines round 3, like I believe this was the GR10 at Nürburgring. I took pole position and I was leading the race and got disconnected. I thought the lobby had a problem, but yeah, unfortunately I was the only one that got disconnected there. But I knew I couldn't do anything at all. I did what I had to do in that race, and it's just, you know, it's racing. Like, you have technical problems as well, just like in real life racing. We have I think a 7-way coming to right-hander contact there.
What the hell was that?
What a save there! What a save there by
Mabao.
what's his name again? Mabao, Kelly Mabao. What a save there, despite getting hit from behind. Nice piece of driving.
And that's what you call car control right there. Whoa!
That is car control, and the battle is still ongoing with these guys. The train led by Jahan Kalam, I believe. Yep.
Mind you, this is just the second lap, gentlemen.
And Kenneth Montemayor on those dangerous lines, though. You gotta be careful coming into those corners. Barely missing John Callum there on one corner.
Drivers being still there, but those curbs, guys, watch out for those curbs. I mean, you know, sure, you could use them sometimes.
He's actually causing traffic. Oh dear. And he goes on the dirt.
That's what I was saying about the curbs. I think he got a little bit excited on the accelerator.
No, I
there.
think
He was still on the curb.
And there was a friendly bump there from behind, and then a T-bone after that. But
I didn't think so, because he was on the curb, and I think he was exiting that corner. I think he got a little bit too champion on the accelerator, and I think these curbs don't really have that much grip at all. That's what I was saying about the curbs on this track. Like it can be your friend, but it could be your worst nightmare as well. You have to be careful. Try to know which curbs you can use and the ones you have to avoid.
So what you think is a shortcut actually is
Correct.
Oh my god!
These drivers,
people are bumping into each other all over the place.
and it's
It's
Ogura involved in that accident, and he was the attacking driver, so that may be on the stewards later on, and that could be a point against Ogura, depending on what the stewards think about that incident. Because I think Ogura was trying to make a move on, I don't know who he hit there. I think.
And
I think it
Kahilig
was
is not going to be
Kahilig.
happy to hear that.
Looks like Oliver Kahilig has been a victim twice already in this round, and I think he's going to be. Someone, I think another incident there, pink car off the track. I think he may have been hit from behind and went off course, or maybe overshot it. And as we look at this battle for P4, two Kachao cars versus, I think, another set of teammates, or just battling each other.
Right. Isn't Ogura and Anthony have the same livery? Do they belong to the same team?
I believe so.
They
look
might belong to the
similar,
same team. Yeah.
And they have the same livery.
Yeah, same livery. Just that the alpha textures are different, because I can see some weird reflections on their cars.
Right. And to your point earlier, Luis, I just wanted to get back to your point. In real life racing, a lot of things can happen. Mechanical stuff can happen. Maybe your driver went to the comfort room for too long. There's so many things happening, right?
That is something else. A driver going to the comfort room.
But it happens, right? I think there was one race where somebody lost it because the driver was still eating a sandwich. Anyway, my point here is that in sim racing, there is another factor, and that is lag. That can also stir up the pot, so to speak. Not just the mechanical stuff, which we actually have here in Assetto Corsa, right? We're simulating damage. We're simulating real life physics. So that's part of it already, right? The drivers can also go to the bathroom for too long, right? And that can still happen. But then we have the lag factor involved too, and of course that can stir up things. But as we're speaking, I'm looking at P1
We have a new race leader. John Kalam is now leading the race.
Whoa! What happened there?
I was just about to say. I just
What
noticed
happened
it
to
up there.
Kenneth Monsalud? Did he overcook a corner somewhere with this?
He went wide on one corner there, Luis.
That explains it then. Looks like we have a spicy battle, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Maybe
5,
not 6.
Yes.
A hungry
6
Pac
cars
trying to
here,
chase
clustered
John
together.
Kalam for the lead, and Kenneth Montemayor attempting on the outside,
Yeah, seeing a little bit of space there.
but denied by
Ran out of
Kalam.
space there. Let's see how Jahan Kalam defends.
Oh!
Kenneth Montemayor intimidates Jahan Kalam a little bit there. Kenneth Montemayor
He's gonna get the
coming
inside
from
here.
far behind.
What? Montemayor takes it.
Wow, excellent sequence. Oh, but he got bumped from behind. Is that gonna cost him a little bit?
No, that's going to be okay. But now Jahan
Whoever
Kalam
is in
has
P1 is going to be
coming in.
bullied for that position. Oh man.
Jahan Kalam picked up a little bit of a slipstream of Kenneth Monsalud coming into the last corner. How is he going to attack this one? Jahan Kalam's going to hang on to the
Oh,
lowest
choosing to go wide.
Not really that much grip out there, but side by side still. Jahan Kalam's going to have to better outside exit here. He has some momentum, but he's still on the outside. He's going into turn 1. Still
Man,
side
this is
by
just
side.
lap
Kenneth
4
Monsalud.
and a lot has happened right
A
now.
little bit of lag there. Looks like I think Jahan's game
Teleporting
may
happened.
have Jahan's game may have like lagged a little bit there, but still in one piece. Thankfully, that would have been worse if they were side by side. Jahan Kalam having a look at the inside of turn 3,
ooh.
and it takes back the lead. Nicely done there. And now Kenneth Monsalud is under attack by Paul Ryan Lopez.
Oh, ooh. What the?
Slid. Oh, we lost the rear there.
He's been hit by behind Paul Ryan Lopez as he was trying to make a move on, I believe, Kenneth Monsalud. I think chain reaction there, hits the curb, loses momentum, and gets hit by a car behind. Looks like the stewards are going to have a heck of a night tonight, trying to look into incidents.
So many incidents happening here, but it's to be expected from a group of challenge competitive players, right? Again, mechanical differences, lag differences, everything plays a factor here. Some of them might even be listening to our commentary and reacting to that as well.
And not to mention hardware differences as well, because just like in real life, everyone has a different piece of hardware. I mean, some may have different settings, different seating positions.
Sino
Yeah,
na si
we-
Kenneth Monsalud? Sabi
Yeah,
ni Darren.
car number 26.
Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa!
How hungry are you for it? Are you going to do something that you don't want to do
Wait.
just to get that P1?
Monsalud, sorry about that. Montemayor. I think I was
Montemayor.
Montemayor. My bad. I just remembered a friend of mine, Monsalud somewhere. But yeah, I think I should have. I think I should just call the drivers by their first name or whatever.
Daryl quickly went to his código there.
My bad, Daryl, my
Find it
bad.
in time.
I
But
just
yeah,
wanted to
while
get
we're
it from now
talking,
on.
while we're just talking, oh, too wide.
John
Okay.
Callum really going for that wide line there on turn 1.
Are we looking at the
or
switcheroo?
rather, or the last
Jahan
corner rather.
Kalam.
My bad.
Jahan Kalam comes in to
Wow,
P1,
P1
switcheroo.
switching almost every second here.
And we still
What
have
a battle from Kalam and from Kenneth.
Still have 8 minutes to go. Jahan Kalam really taking a deep line there. That's
Oh!
momentum coming
Oh!
from turn
Some
one.
love tap there on the rear bumper from Montemayor.
Kenneth Montemayor. Okay,
You
for
know,
real
you know
this
what's
time.
funny here? We see. Okay, here we go. We gotta switch again. But this is what's been happening. We have Kalam, leading the pack, and then suddenly going wide on one corner, losing it, and then gets it back somehow. So I'm not sure if who's making the mistake here, but the switches are happening like every 2 or 3, turns or so. Here's
I
another
think-
one.
I think it's because I'm playing in the tire dampers. Because remember, these drivers are taking corners at such speeds that the tire temperatures go up, and if they overcook those tires, they can actually be slow for the next few corners. So these drivers just have to keep their temperatures at bay. If they overcook a corner or they take it a little bit gently, like in this case, Jahan Kalam is just trying to buy this time and maybe cooling his tires. Kenneth Montemayor just trying to maintain his groove.
Alright, so
But
that
it
confirms
seems
it.
to be
Daryl Brady announced in the group the server is indeed lagging. So whoever encounters any spikes, man, just prepare yourselves.
That's part of it. So we got P1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again.
Kenneth
Kenneth,
Mon-
we're kind of
Another battle happening here at P7 here. Earl Kahilig is looking to make an attack from Joel Kelly Mabao for P6.
okay. He wants revenge, whoever it is.
Oh, whoa! Did you see someone go through the wall? What the hell was that?
Somebody, how should I say it? Somebody went into the netherworld.
I think some girlfriend says no one's home. Then bye race. I'm going home.
He faced through the wall there. Alright, but anyway, we are still looking at Kahilig here. Earl Kahilig trying to get past Kelly Mabao.
There you go, riding on the slipstream there.
There's a bit of a gap between
Mabao
them
is
and,
denying
Silver.
Kahilig's attempt though by making one swerve to the right. And now he has the
Oh,
inside.
it's an attack.
But
Okay.
not enough there from
Not
Kahilig.
enough. Guys, remember though, in the first race, we got people who did not finish because of the fuel factor. So I don't know. Maybe be careful about those attacks. You gotta choose. You strain your car too much. You spend too much fuel, or you put a lot of more damage in your car. You might not make it home. At least make it home, right?
Meanwhile, in the middle of
Right.
the grid from Leo Odulio Jr. pressuring Kyle Ang for P15.
Okay, Kachao car here.
I think
going to
looks
be
like this is one of the Kachao cars that got
Yes, it is.
hit by another Kachao car earlier.
And now you're calling them the Kachao cars. Earlier you said McQueen team.
It really grows on you, huh?
It grows in you,
Same
right?
thing. Kachao, McQueen, pretty much the same thing.
Okay, but they're kind of alone here. Yeah, 16, P15, P16, Ang and Odulio Jr. having their own private dogfights. See if they can get up in the positions.
Yeah,
But-
but I think I think these two cars have damage
man.
taken from
This
the earlier incident, so
it's
that's
quite
why.
disappointing here. Jan Callum drops down to P9. Now he's
Oh no! What?
He was the race leader earlier.
I guess
Guys,
the
what
pressure
up?
being in the lead is actually pretty high. And now
And it may
Masatsune
have-
Ogura makes it to P2 from all the
Oh,
way at
it's
the back
finally
of the
there.
grid.
Finally up there, back in P2. Looks like we may have a last lap battle going on.
Well, you gotta be impressed at what Ogura is showing right now. I mean, he drops down to P4, but he was earlier around what's that? P15 or P14? He was down.
P16. He was down.
He was P16, yeah.
P16.
Fought his way from the back. We never even noticed him, right? We're talking about the other cars here.
He managed
But
to
then
slip
suddenly he
past
crept
that that carnage from turn 1 there, David Wolf.
Cool, and he's fighting his way back. He was earlier already at P2, lost it a little bit. He's at P4, but not too far behind. Getting some slipstream here from Palapus, and hopefully try to get an attack on Ramo.
And I think the
Oh, no.
Turn 1, I think he hit the wall on the inside there.
Not this way!
And that was a hit from Miko Palapos right there. I wonder what happened right there.
I think he could have hit the wall on the inside.
And then,
hits the wall on the inside, and then as a result of it, he bounces off into the path of Miko Palapos. Didn't go well for both drivers there. That first corner is really a killer, apparently.
Well, it has killed a lot in the earlier race, and it's killing a lot here in the second race as well. But we see Kenneth still being consistent here up in front. His rival Kalam at P9.
Ogura overtakes Kahilig from the inside.
And gets it.
Just like
Alright,
that.
so Ogura is fighting back. He's now at P5. We saw him earlier with a mishap, but he's
Oh, but no. Ooh. Some real rubbing right there.
Almost a little bit of overcooked there. Still side by side, coming into the second section of the track. Earl Kahilik somehow takes P5 from Masatune Ogura. But Ogura's not giving up without a fight here. But remember, Ogura has damage on the car following that incident earlier in this lap. And I think Earl Kahilig may have a healthier car, and that is an advantage for Earl Kahilig on this race.
Oh, no!
Nice rubbing here, AJ Rivera and Kyle Sanchez.
That's not just a rub. That's not just a rub.
It's not just a rub, man. That's an elbow grease right there.
Right.
Oh, man.
Quite aggressive moves there, but that may be looked onto the stewards later on. AJ Rivera rough.
Stewards have their
Kyle
hands
Sanchez.
on this race. I
But
can see it.
Kyle Sanchez doesn't seem to have any of it. Kyle Sanchez now has the slipstream coming from AJ Rivera onto his back straight. What is going to be Kyle Sanchez's move coming?
Whoa.
Having a look on the inside.
Not enough there.
Is he going to wait? Is he going to commit? Let's see. No, too
Kailangan
far. but it looks like
bulog,
he is
kailangan.
He's
Ah,
going
no,
to
not
try
enough.
a geometric line right there. He's still on slipstream range, coming into the main start-finish
It's the
range.
last. Oh, not yet the last lap.
Not yet the last
yet.
lap.
We
I
have,
think
we
these
have
guys
one
still
more.
have 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go
Two more.
because it's going to be timer runs out and then plus 1 lap. So we are looking at a 10
Check out
lap
who we
race
have
are
battling
currently.
right here for P3. Joel Karimabao pressures Miko Palapos for P3.
Miko Palapos up into P3 despite some incidents earlier. Good racing by these guys, but they still have 2 laps, and let's see what can they do.
Whoa.
Into that concrete section, you gotta be careful when you apply the accelerator because concrete has less grip than asphalt, and if you are too excited on the accelerator, it can ruin your race in the blink of an eye.
Right. So we see them actually here clustered a little bit together. We got.
Kahilig goes wide, opens it
Kahilig
for
over-
Masatsune Ogura.
Masatune Ogura takes back P5.
Right, he's still at the top 5 here. We've seen him at the back, and he's clawing his way back. He was able to get P2 earlier, so he's trying.
And now
it's working.
And now he has clean air both front and back. He's going to try and catch Kalimabao for P4 this time. And maybe even Miko Palapos for P3. actually. Let's see, because we know Ogura has a good car and a good base.
That's true. But speaking of good cars, Kenneth actually very comfortable now. Nobody challenging him.
Kenneth Montemayor has a
Ramo,
2-second lead right there from Johnny
second
Manuel
lead.
Ramos.
Right. It's still a turn away. It's still a missed turn away though. But he's had he's had a lot of fighting with Kalam earlier, right? And looks like he's taking a breather here in terms of comfortable lead. His rival is still at P9 and not able to come up at least.
We're
But
now, now into the final
last
lap of the
lap.
race. Kenneth Montemayor with a 1.5 second gap. It's dropping. I think his tires may be
A little bit. Yes.
He's just taking it easy and trying
half
to
a second.
car.
Half a second, it dropped half a second there against Ramo. But let's see what he does.
Now it will depend on where he is strong on this track. We don't know exactly what setups they have, but let's see at the end of this stretch. We don't know who's running high or low downforce. And it looks like, based on the timing, they are pretty much even, Kenneth and Emmanuel. But I think Emmanuel has the edge on braking. Look how
Look at he's
That
close
2
to
seconds is now 1.3, guys. It's getting closer and closer.
Emmanuel is going to be good at this twisty section, these tight corners. Look how he closes down. 1.2 seconds coming into that corner. Let's see, maybe 1.1. No, still 1.2. Okay, it's now going down 1.1 seconds behind Kenneth.
1.1.
Still a good number of tight corners on this section of the track, but let's see.
Oh, we got a back marker in front of.
We got a back marker. Careful. Careful now.
Okay,
Watch out.
that might
Oh,
cause something.
that would have been bad.
I believe that's Rainier Faustino
Emmanuel.
nursing a broken car.
But Kenneth lost a lot of time there. Ramo is now almost a second behind.
I think
Oh dear, this is gonna be tight. This is gonna be close.
down to one corner remaining, and I think
Is
Emmanuel
this the last
Ramo,
lap? Is
yeah,
this
this
the
is the last
Yes,
lap.
Okay, okay.
Emmanuel Ramo, quite a little bit far from slipstream range, and I think
too far.
okay, I think Kenneth Montemayor has a low downforce setup. He's pulling away on the straight. One more corner to go. He better not overcook this corner, and it looks
Something
it
here.
looks okay.
Oh, it's going down. It's going down.
No, it's not gonna make it.
No,
Kenneth
no,
Montemayor.
not enough,
Race
not
2
enough.
of round 4 of the GR86 SRPH
All right,
Cup.
that's a win for Kenneth Montemayor, and second for John Emmanuel Ramos, followed closely by Miko Palapus and Masatsune Ogura at P4.
Ooh, we got 4.
He got P4, nice. So salvage.
JP Along at P6, Earl Kahilig at P7, Max Zablan at P8, Jahan Kalam at P9, managed to maintain P9, nice job. Dom
Good
Di
job.
Caico finishes P10, Eli Doblio finishes P11, RJ Rivera at P12, Kyle Sanchez at P13, Paul Ryan Lopez at P14, Kyle Ang at P15, Leo Dulio Jr. at P16, Darwin Soto at P17, Chris Axel Aransanso at P18, Miko Silo at P19, Ralph Borja at P20, Antonio Conejero at P21, and Rainier Faustino at P22.
And I think Rainer has taken the checkered flag because I think he was lapped by the leaders earlier. Kenneth Emmanuel lapped him. I think he was the back marker earlier, so he's not going to be able to complete another lap. He's crossed the line behind the leaders. So yeah, that is it for the amateur class, actually.
Right?
I'm not sure why it shows. I'm not sure why it shows pro class.
Pro, yeah. Should be
Or
amateur.
maybe it just switched to pro class because pro class is coming up next shortly.
Yep.
As these drivers are just doing donuts of the
I
concrete.
mean, while the tires are free, I mean, right?
True.
Yeah,
But that
tires are free in this game. Yep.
Okay, now look, that was a lot of action, guys. I mean, we've seen this is the amateur class, a lot of dogfights. For P1, P2, the back end also having their own private dogfights. now we're gonna switching to the pro class. So, what can we expect here? What is the significant difference between the drivers in the amateur class and the pro class?
Well, for the pro class, it's not just going to be about the overall pace, but at the same time, we could expect slightly cleaner racing. But then again, the servers are laggy and car setups are going to be different. The drivers have a different strategy in mind, like how are they going to attack this corner when they are in a dogfight. So we can expect a slightly better race, slightly cleaner, but
Maybe slightly
uh,
cleaner. Yeah.
again, anything can happen in a race.
It's still racing.
It's still racing. Even in the top leagues, you still get accidents here and there. So, yeah, but definitely maybe much less chaos compared to the AM class on this track, particularly at the exit of turn one. That is what we have to watch out for in this race because it has killed a lot of drivers. It has taken a toll on a lot of drivers, and I think Paul Ryan Lopez is at the short end of the stick this race because I think he was already as high as P3, but some incidents put him down all the way to P14 on race 2. And yeah, but I can't remember where he finished in race 1 though, but it looks like at the AM class we see Ogura taking in the most amount of points this round. I mean, he just kept his composure. He won race 1 and just tried to get as much points as he can on race 2, and I think he made the most out of it for this round.
Agreed. And by the way, guys, I want to give a shout out to the people watching. Once again, if you've just tuned in, this is the SRPH GR86 Cup. We are currently at round 4. This time we're going to be watching the pro class. We watched the AM boys out earlier. Maybe a girl, I don't know. But anyway, we've seen them battle it out. But this time we're in the pro class. Again, you've got your boy Damien Wolf. We got Keanu Dominado here with me and Luis Moreno. So we got a lot of people on the chat. If you want to cheer for your favorite driver or team, please do so. And don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to SRPH channel and the page, and of course all of our pages, Chano's, mine, and Luis as well. And don't forget to share the stream as well. I mean, we can you can do your part in spreading the joy which is sim racing, right? Even just by
Mm-hmm.
a click of a button. And that's if you've watched the action earlier, there's a lot of action to spread around. So there's a lot of things that other people are missing if you don't share it. So please do. We're asking. All
Yep.
right. So what's up?
Hoping
Yeah.
not to see any no pandemoniums for this one since it's the pro class. But
Are you sure you don't want to see? I
no,
mean,
no. I mean the pro class. I'm sorry.
Anything
Connect
can
to the
happen.
server.
Anything can happen in a race. Like even if it's like the top class, so much at stake, so much things can happen. But before we proceed to the pro class, I think we have to hand it over again once
To
more
Daryl
to
Brady.
Daryl Brady for another announcement.
wait, does he have his código? Or
Yes, I have my código
All
here.
right, there it is.
Yeah, finally.
I hope you guys enjoyed the races on race one and race two, and I think you're enjoying based on the people watching now. Yeah. So this is now the pro class where are the super fast drivers on the Philippines and other regions are racing using the GR86 race cars. And then, yeah, okay, again, I hope you will enjoy this race because these are the pro drivers that can put on a show. Um, uh, and yeah, that would be it. Anyway, I want to thank again the sponsors. I have my código here. I will not lose it again.
I'm not saying anything. I'm
Uh,
not saying anything.
Didn't do it. Wasn't me.
all right. Thank you again for from Parts Pro Racing, Parts Pro PH, D for Graphics, Team Racing PH, Team Magic, DBGP, Sunday Bites, Unknown PH, ESC, DMR, Dominado, E-Motorsports Rally, 7 Star Garage, Pinky Parts PH, Overboost Racing, Ribbon Arc Motorsports, Solix Sauce, and SkyDrive. Okay, back to you guys.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Daryl Brady. And he already has his código. So thank you so much for keeping that código. But anyway, we're now moving into the pro class. Now, Luis, I know that you're always in competition with with this type of level.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at my own Código here. I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing some foreign names here. So it's not going to be all Filipinos. I
Right.
mean, we saw some foreign names earlier as well with Ogura, but basically we know that these are really foreigners. And maybe can you give some insight about some of the people here? Are there familiar names which you've raced against, or anything that noteworthy that we should be watching out for?
Yes, I think we should watch out for Kyo Yim. I know he's a very fast driver in ACC and AC as well. I've raced him a number of times in the SRO GT World Challenge Esports, as well as some open wheel races hosted by Z Challenger, I believe.
Mhm.
And yeah, he's going to be definitely one to watch out for this round. And I believe it's his first outing on this race, because we know I need to look at the championship standings on the pro class. We have Enzo Izon with
Enzo
71
Easton,
points,
yes.
but not far behind him is Sunny Poon from SB Auto Image with 66 points. And we know these drivers are very strong, and the point standings on the pro class are so much closer. You have Luis de los Reyes with 65 points, just 1 point behind Sunny Poon. Aldo Balagulan with 63 points. Yung Pak Hang, 50 points. Alexis Clapano, 46 points in P6. Hin, P7 with 28 points. Vic Nodalo, 26 points in P8. Marcus Victa, 23 points, tied with Stanley Goles for P10.
Wow.
Wow. And the points, points do, of course, they
Yeah,
do matter. But
yes.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, it's putting on a show here. The AM class have already put on a show in terms of aggressive racing.
Mhm.
We might see a little more of a refined. I don't know. I'm not sure how to describe this, but definitely these they're not called pro just for nothing, right? I mean,
Mhm.
they're definitely. Uh-huh.
And considering we have visitors from like multiple
From
nations
Hong
right now, we
Kong
have visitors
and
from Hong Kong,
Macau, actually.
Macau. Looks like our pro class drivers are going to like try their best and race cleaner, and to show our visitors that we can like race side by side with the rest of the world cleanly. And not just that, I think we're looking at a shake up in this race, because guess who we have for this race?
What do you mean? What? Who? What?
We
We
have
have Russell Reyes
Reyes.
joining round 4 of the SRPH GR86 Cup, and I think that could shake things up, because on the point standings he hasn't participated in a race yet.
In anything?
So that means he has zero ballast, and looks like
Wow.
he could capitalize on this race, and that could be a shakeup for the championship contenders Enzo Izon and Sunny Poon, because they may not get as much points as they used to in the previous rounds. Now that Russell Reyes is in the mix, but let's not forget Kyo Yim as well, really fast driver from Hong Kong. He can do a lot of different cars, and like be quick in a short span of time.
Now, just like earlier at the AM races, we have a specific number of people who actually have ballast or additional weight added to their cars. This is a way for us to balance,
Mm-hmm.
based on what they stood in the past races, right? So
Mm-hmm.
gives more chance. So it's not like it's actually a pretty cool system because sometimes when people think, okay, I don't have a chance anymore, these people have too many points, and that's it. I'm not going to race anymore, and we're going to see some people dropping out. But then with this kind of system, right, they would think that okay, I have a little bit of advantage. I don't have any extra weight on my car, so I might be able to get some points, and I think that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and we've talked about it before, and weight does a lot to a car, both from the handling, your acceleration, how you attack the corner, how you counter steer, how everything from the control of your car and the way your car races, even the amount of fuel that you have
Mm-hmm.
can be affected as well by weight and weight changes. And if you've not put that into equation on your race strategy, it might cost you the points.
Right. And also, speaking of points, I learned from one of my early racing games when I was still in high school. Like, there's this master class lesson where it's not about winning all the races, but finishing in as many as you can. because at the end of in a long championship, so many things can happen, and the best thing you can do is just try to like finish as many races as you can. Just try to get as much points as you can. Try to avoid as much incidents as you can. Race clean, race with no regrets, and who knows, you might end up being a champion without even a single race win, and it's possible, I tell you.
It can, right?
Definitely.
And, you know,
Anything can happen in this race.
true.
Not winning all the races, but finishing in as many as you can, and that's why it's not a good idea to like quit in the middle of the season, because so much more can happen. And don't forget, the last race of this SRPH GR86 Cup is going to be a double points race.
Oh!
So, you know, you want to come back from behind, then definitely, of course, try to get as many points as you can. But you know, those people who are actually at the back end of the leaderboard, they would have a chance to catch up. You know, we'll see them perform a little better and maybe lead to a better, you know, more competitive race. Not that I'm saying it's not competitive right now, but even more so, because you know they'll be challenging, right? They're not going to be double round or not be low because they have a chance.
Right, and with double points at stake, drivers are going to do what they can just to try and take advantage of the double points advantage, because it can make or break a championship. It has happened many times in my experiences, and as well as the GR86 Cup Asia regional finals earlier this year. Like coming into race 3, I was actually in P5 in the points. I wasn't thinking of the trip to Barcelona anymore. I just wanted a good race 3, and I'm happy with it. But turned out better than I thought.
And yeah, with you making history with that with that race,
Can't be any happier.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Like I always say, it's not over until it's over. So I think we have 1 or 2 more races in this season. So there's still plenty of chance for the drivers to try and catch up on those valuable points.
right, make sure you get to the bathroom earlier. Make sure that your car is healthy. Everything that you need. Make sure your internet speed's okay. So many factors come into play in racing. You don't just show up and go, right? There are many things that you need to be prepared for. That's why, you know, in racing, I'm about to say something. I just caught myself. But you know, you don't play with your balls here in racing. You use your balls, right? You use them because if you don't have the right preparation, if you don't have the right mental bandwidth to look at all these stats, all these figures, all this information. We're not even talking about the competition, right?
Right.
These people just need to think about their own thing, their own car, the road, the tires, the brakes, the damage that can happen, how their race strategy. I'm not even talking about, you know, where David Marquez is, or is Nodalo going to be coming up from behind me. You're not even thinking about that. You gotta be mentally prepared as well. Not just physically, but physical is also part of it. This is a 10-lap race as well, right? It's not a sprint. It's not a 20-second sprint here. So you gotta be consistent. We've seen that from people on the earlier races. We've seen it from Ogura. We've seen it even from Kalam when he got hit. Right? You gotta be consistent. Make do with what you have, but then you can't just quit or make some those risky maneuvers and hope for the best. You gotta make calculated risks. That's what I'm talking about. That's my point. Okay, so are we? Yes.
I also want to point out on the preparation aspect, because sure, these are short races with no pit stops or anything. Like you just you may think that you can just arrive and drive and just go flat out on these type of cars, but no. As a sim racing driver myself, some of these races actually they all have tire wear in play, and you might want to manage those tires, especially when, let's say, you have a 20-minute race, because tire temperatures can play a role, and if you don't know how to manage those tires.
Oh dear, Kyle Yim just takes P1 and is qualifying there, Luis, followed closely by Russell Reyes.
Just like that. But remember, these two drivers, they don't have any ballast at all, because this is their first outing on the GR86 Cup.
I like what Paul said, and to your point, and I was actually about to say this earlier, that Russell Reyes having zero ballast is actually a strategy. So him not participating in the other races was a strategy.
Perhaps. But I think he's just here for fun. But let's see, it's round 4, and I think round 5 or round 6. Round 6, or basically the last round, has double points. So who knows? Maybe Russell Reyes could still manage a podium points finish, if not even a win. If if these drivers suddenly have a big moment here.
The stars align. But yeah, I mean, fun is a factor in it. But I mean, if you have the chance, of course, maybe you won't be getting enough points to win. But dude, are you gonna pass the chance to actually compete with pro class drivers? I mean, if you can, right?
Why not, right?
The level that you're gonna be competing in, because who knows, in another race, in another cup, in another setting, you're gonna be fighting against these guys again. And that experience, that experience with these pro drivers will help you along with that in other races.
Definitely, definitely, 100%.
Definitely, 100%. I mean, I remember back in the days where, like, the early GT Academy days, I remember, like, when I see the leaderboards, I question myself, will I ever reach the level of these guys? Like, I was somewhere in the, P10, P15 range, but then I just persevered and, tried to learn from these top guys, and here we are.
It always starts with a question. It always starts with that question.
At the same time, part of it is commitment, but at the same time, you also want to like remember why you are sim racing. You love sim racing, and you really want to like push yourself, because the toughest opponent is not the other drivers around you, but it's yourself.
Yes, I just want. Sorry.
Go
I just
ahead,
want to
Darren.
correct. I just want to correct. Russell Reyes have a 30 kilogram success ballast because he is on the different class. He was racing on the E1. E1 by E Racing GP before. So E1 was that again, Luis? E1 Racing
E1
or
GP?
E1 GP? Yeah, because that's the level of the it's like the platinum class of the Southeast Asia motorsports. It's different from the gold class because the pro class is only from the silver to gold level.
Can we double
Yes.
check? I believe my timer here says he's carrying 0. Or can we double check?
Yes, it's already
Oh, it's already
0.
here. Okay.
So I think we have the Jerry and on pole.
Jerry, you managed to sneak in a top qualifying.
While we were speaking, right? Yim finishes.
Tayo Yim just finishes just hundredths of a second away from Russell Reyes.
Yep. Why does it show Russell still running?
Because I think he crossed the line with still some time remaining. We don't know. Okay, yeah, he definitely crossed the line with still some time remaining on the clock. So he gets one more lap. Let's see if we could improve. But it's showing that his sectors 1 and 2 are 2/10 off the pace. So maybe not. But let's see if we could pull out an ace card. And sector 3 is coming to the line now. Let's see, 2:15.3 is the time to beat. And he
2:15
improved
points.
sector 3. He improved a little on sector 3. Nice.
But still, guys, that is a 0.5 difference between for you. That's actually pretty big. I mean, considering how close.
And just like that,
P2,
Alexis
P3.
Clapano sneaks in a P4 qualifying
P4.
finish.
There you go. All right. So I was saying, I mean, Luis, you were saying earlier, the love for sim racing and all of that. But if there is a guy I know who really loves sim racing, that's going to be Keanu Dominado. So what other things can for somebody who loves sim racing, what other things that you can say to our viewers, to support sim racing?
I think our nice answer there, Luis, is just give it a try.
Right.
It's Damien.
Yeah.
It's Damien. It's Damien.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Sorry.
Damien.
Sorry. I believe how to answer that, Demon Wolf. I'll put it in a saying of just give it a try.
Mhm.
Especially if you're driving in real life or if you're driving in the sim, just give both a try, and I can tell you, it complements one another. Some say it's just a game, it's just a means to an end. Well, definitely it is
A
evolving
means
as
to
we
an end,
speak.
yes.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
But
But
what
not just a means to an
not
end.
not just a means to an end. It's an experience and an education as well, right there and then.
Right. And there's I mean, perfect example would be Luis here. I mean,
Oh
earning
yes,
enough for that win. I mean, I want to say I'm a kind of an example. Since I also became a racing instructor coming from video games, right? So from sim racing. So and there's a lot of people, even Daryl Brady here. We've all come from the same generation. We've This is the type of game. I mean, I'll be honest, I mean, I love Street Fighter so much, man. But being a master in Street Fighter won't get me like a master in UFC, right? I mean,
Correct.
or
no.
it's
Mhm.
this is a certain genre where you can take your skills and reflexes. Of course, there are major differences, but definitely the basics, the fundamentals you can learn with the game, and then move on to real life, make a little bit of an adjustment, but actually also be successful. It has been proven time and time again. Everyone from our friends over at Ribbon Arc Motorsports, of course, here, our good friends Luis, Daryl Brady. I'm not going to give myself an example, but I've had my own fair share of achievements coming from the game and then moving on to real life as well. So there is something here in sim racing which is not can be found in all other games. I mean, we love. I mean, it's fun playing. Again, it's fun playing the fighting games. It's fun playing the Dota games.
The shooter
Um,
games.
Shooter games, I mean, I'm playing CS2 right now, but me being super cool in CS2 doesn't mean like I'm a sharpshooter in real life, right?
Mhm.
Maybe the reflexes are there, but it's basically not the same thing. You're not holding the gun or whatever. Here in sim racing, we are holding the wheel, we are pressing the pedals, we are simulating the damage, right? If you get hit
Yeah.
in CS2, you're not bleeding while you're playing, right?
Right.
But
No.
but here, if you get on the grass and the feedback from your wheel, or sometimes if you're using am I gonna plug Stregawo rigs here? But sometimes you even feel the movement from the rigs that you're having, right?
Mhm.
Right.
So, yep, sim racing, pretty cool.
Right.
Try it.
And right. And it won't just make you a better driver in the game or in the track if you're looking into like real world motorsports, but it can actually help you become a better driver, a more responsible driver on the road. Because here in sim racing, you can experiment with, what happens if you do this in the car? What happens if you uh, like you steer like this or brake like this in the car? It can actually help you make a better driver on the road and become more responsible. Because as we know, like in the Philippines, we have so many road accidents, particularly because of like how people or drivers like get trained for real world driving. But in sim racing, like doesn't matter if it's a racing game or a city car driving game, you get to try things before you step into the real world. And once you get into the real world, at least you don't really have to worry about knowing so much more from scratch.
And speaking of that, I mean, translating to the real world, actually, Keanu is gonna have an event in the near future, which I'm very interested in. He has something like bring the rally car home without any damage. So I kind of like that, because it's kind of sort of simulates how you should be driving a lot smoother in the game, and it might translate into real life because you don't want to damage your car, right? So
Actually, I
yeah.
believe it's not that far away because I believe that is the no damage challenge at the
Yes.
BMX this weekend. I want to try that challenge as
I
well, but
want to try too.
in the meantime, the
Rises
six red
scare
lights
of
are about to
Yeah, here we go.
Motolite.
illuminate round 4 of the Pro Class SRPH GR86 Cup. Race 1 is a go.
Right, and
And
we're
let's see
having
what
race. we having 2 races here too, right?
Yeah, 2 races as well, and let's see what's happening in the front.
Here
Is
we go.
Jericho still holding on to P1, or is it going to be Russell Reyes coming out of the first corner victoriously? Yes, it is. Russell Reyes comes into P1 at the exit of the first corner, and
Not a not a pandemonium P1 right
really
turn 1
clean
there.
coming out of turn 1
You're
there,
seeing
but
the
there's still
difference right now.
Oh.
Wait,
no.
there's focus too?
Not really, but not really much of a big mess right there.
More of
Relatively
avoiding contact there.
cleaner.
Ooh.
A little bit
Oh, no.
Argy there. Joshua David Marquez. I think he got sandwiched at the exit of turn 5. Had almost nowhere to go, unfortunate for him, but relatively clean from the rest of the drivers. Not really like the big mess we saw in the AM class earlier, and still some argy-bargy going on there. Looks like, is that David Eason? David Eason
I think it is.
getting collected by, I'm not sure if it was Stanley Golden. No, I think it was Roy Ripperip.
Galax is
involved.
actually dicing with David Enzo Izon.
Might be an incur with the stewards later on, but it looks like for now are going to be battling.
Meanwhile, for Roy Ripperip, he's trying to keep up with
who's
Young
that? Who's that
Pakha.
on the wall? Who's that on the wall? I think
I believe that's Sunny Poon.
Sunny Poon loses it at I don't know what the name of that corner is, but looks like there may have been an incident. We may not have noticed there, but Sunny Poon down to P17. He's one of the championship contenders, and already in race 1, he is involved in a major crash there. I think he may have collected some damage there as well. That's
Right.
hard on him. Meanwhile, battle for this is like a big train of cars. Aldo Balagulan currently in P12, but he is in the mix. I think it's a battle for maybe up to P5 or P4. That's quite a train of cars.
There's a battle happening now in P6 between Vincent Lorente and Vic Nodalo.
Okay, close enough. Battle for P6.
Lorente on the inside.
Switcheroo on Vic Nodalo takes P6 just like that.
And you know what
Just
we can
like
see
that.
here, guys? Yeah, I mean we can see even though there's a lot of battles, there's not a lot of okay, there's a bit of contact, but not like how we saw in the AM class, right?
There's
Normally,
another
when you
battle happening right here between Luis
Here we
de los
go.
Reyes and HIN.
A little bit of understeer on Luis de los Reyes coming out of turn 1 there. HIN capitalizing on Luis de los Reyes understeer up into P4 at the moment. And now we are looking at the battle for P3. Andre Vargas. I think he had a good race start earlier. I think it wasn't really in the top of the qualifying, but Andre Vargas up into P3. Where is Alexis Clapano, Demix? He was in P4
Alexis Clapano
earlier.
down to P14 after that fracas in the back of the grid.
Yeah, looks like I think he was one of the cars collected at the turn 3 earlier. That's why I think he was involved in the accident there. He dropped down to P14 in the process. But meanwhile, Andre Marquez looks like trying to hold on for P3. Roy Numeripperip trying to get past Kelvin Wong from Macau. Looking on the inside, coming into this next set.
Ripperip sizes up.
Ripperip.
Oh, that is a tight entry right there.
And he's a little bit excited on the concrete part, a little bit of wheel spin there, but holds on to P9, but he's now leading a train of cars moving to pounds.
I guess Team Macau is trying to get away from Team Veloce Ragazzo right now.
Aldo Balagulan capitalizes on Ripperip's misfortunes, up into P9 at the moment. Ripperip trying to hold on to P10 with Matthew CHW from Macau looking on the inside.
Oh, no! Sending
Ripperip
it
is
off
forced
track.
A little bit off track there, but was too much of a problem because he had nowhere to go. If he had stayed on the racing line, it could have been worse. But I think Ripperip may have lost a little bit of composure in this lap.
Gotta watch closely. Alexis Clapan right here trying to make a move on Vic Nodalo on the inside.
Oh, Vic Nodalo! Careful there. It's quite close call there. I think they may have had a little contact, but he makes it stick up to P12, passing Vic Nodalo. And he's looking at Roy Ripperip next, right in front of him. I think Ripperip may have been a little shaken from the last lap. And we see 3 wide coming into turn 1. Good
So
racing
many
from these
cars
guys.
close to each other. Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, for Stanley Goles, just watching
Oh my
the 3 wide coming in there.
It's a little bit of lag there as well. But otherwise,
Up to T11, he is making up. He is on fire after the incident of lap 1. And he's now has his sights locked in on Matthew from Macau up ahead. He has the momentum coming out of that sequence of corners. Coming into the hairpin, he's going to be ahead.
Oh, some position gain there by Andre Varquez, dicing with Luis de los Reyes.
Looks like Andre Varquez has lost P3 to HIN, but now he's
Oh
trying
dear,
to
it's
hold
Team
on for dear
Arcadia
life.
right behind Andre Varquez, pressuring him there.
Holding on for dear life against the 2 Arcadia guys. Let's see how Andre Varquez can make it stick to P4, but the Arcadia guys should pick him up shortly soon. Luis de los Reyes is right on his rear bumper.
ready to get some slipstream action there. But we're going through the corner. There's a 3-car cluster between P4, 5, and 6. Anything can happen here. Where's the attack going to be? There's also going to be an attack here. Luis de los Reyes coming up into Henry Marquez.
Andre
Oh,
Varquez uses a little bit too much.
De los
of
Reyes
those
on the
guys.
inside, and he takes it.
On the inside, he takes P4. Andre Varquez is pinned down.
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet, it's not over
Okay,
yet.
Now.
And now another Arcadia car is going into attack on Andre Marquez right now. Luis de los Reyes in P4 is going to hold into the inside line, coming into the last corner.
Is this a
Vincent
coordinated
Lorente in P6.
attack I'm seeing right now from Team Arcadia?
I am not sure, but it most likely is.
Oh, there he is.
And
They're all in the inside.
Lorente having both Arcadia.
Oh, no.
Andre Marquez a little understeer, the major understeer. He hits the wall, but I didn't. Maybe not, hopefully not too much damage there, but
Yeah, that's a head-on hit, almost a head-on hit there.
yeah, that was a hard hit. I think he may have picked up quite a damage there. Meanwhile, Kyo Yim still 1.3 seconds behind Russell Reyes. He's not going to let Russell get away easily. But knowing Russell Reyes, he is one of the titans of Philippine sim racing. He has grown at a very fast rate ever since he made his debut on 2020, and you know he is like really one of the stars of sim racing locally. I gotta give it to Russell. I mean, it took him only 3 years to be one of the best. It took me like 7, but yeah, really good racing from these guys. Really,
Oh, the gap is thinning right there from Kayo Yim.
Also, are we seeing the cloud darkening a little bit?
Yes, it is.
Is that a factor? Is that going to be a factor here? Oh my goodness.
I would defer this decision to Daryl Brady if he could.
It's 3 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Wait a minute,
Go
guys.
ahead.
You're saying
Let
there's
Daryl
no
speak. Let Daryl speak. Go ahead.
I don't know the weather. I'm not the weatherman.
There it is. So you're saying it may or may not rain? Oh dear.
It
There are possibilities.
may not. There's a possibility, but I am not sure when.
Oh my gosh,
Okay.
guys.
There it is.
You just told me there's no pit strategy here, so there's definitely no changing of tires when the rain's coming. Oh my gosh, is that going to be a big factor?
I believe it
definitely,
will.
because this is the pro class, and you really gotta spice things up a bit for the professionals, for the
Not that it's
for the
already
experience.
spicy. Not that it's not spicy already. I mean, there's a lot of spice happening already. But,
Yeah, but let me tell you this. I participated in a few test races before the season proper, and yeah, we had a little bit of rain in the mix. And if that happens, there is going to be, you know, a lot. There's going to be a lot to scream about when it happens.
Some contact there from Vic Nodalo on the wall.
somebody just screamed into the wall there. And,
Yeah, Vic Nodalo is regaining his his fire. He's up to P10 right now, coming from P13 or P14.
And it's always in a race like this. Check out who is in front of Vic Nodalo. It's always Alexis Clapano. It's like you can never separate these two guys in this race.
Personal thing here. bro race or what? Like,
Clapano
guys
just
can't-
pulls a veteran's move, just overtakes Nodalo on the inside and brings him on P9.
You know, in racing, you have to like sometimes you may have a rival on your own field or your own class. Like if you're in a midfield, you have this particular rival on your side, like who is one clinging into you the most. Like mine, for example, would be Russell Reyes, for example. Yeah, so
Right, right.
I'm considering my rival, but of course we are friends out on the track.
Right,
but,
true.
Yeah, and then you have the likes of Tony Falk and Aldo Balagulan. Yeah, I think they have a score to settle, I believe.
Maybe.
Yes,
but,
they do.
We do see here though that Hin or Hin is at the P3. Some of our foreign friends here do have some
The
spots in the
Balagulan
top
here
10.
sandwiched by Team Hong Kong. So
Yep.
nothing
Speaking of foreign,
personal, I believe, from the Hong Kong guys, but
Wait, Aldo Balagulan was up into P10 earlier. What happened?
I believe
They
an
have missed
accident
something?
or a avoiding an
Probably.
accident.
Either of the two. But with that happened, he's now at P16.
I
being
defer
sandwiched
these
by
to the
Jan.
to the stewards actually.
I don't want to be a steward, at these races. There's so many things happening.
And your hair,
Even us commentating.
our hair is gonna
we
turn
gotta
white
get it-
faster if we do a stewarding for this man.
Right. But
Yeah,
in
but
any case, yeah, go ahead, Luis.
But then again, I think it's also up to the drivers if they're going to file a protest there, as
Yeah,
Liz
they're-
and
these
Loretta
guys are still at it.
Almost had a meeting with the wall there earlier, but good save,
Good save,
good piece
good
of
save.
driving there. But that could have been bad.
That could have been over. Well, not over. That could have had some damage. All right, then Russell Reyes, how far is he? He's just almost a second.
The gap is down to
The
just
gap is
8
thinning.
tenths of a second, coming from like 1.2 seconds earlier. I'm not sure if Russell Reyes is struggling with his tires or Kyoyim is just piling some pressure on Russell Reyes, or maybe Russell Reyes is preserving his tires for a late charge later on.
Could be, right.
Because
So
you know how like the later versions of Initial D work, right? Like I believe it was stage 6 or 5, was it, where you had this mechanic where if you steer too much, it will like lessen your tire grip.
Oh, you're talking about stage 4. This is stage 4. No, you're talking about is it okay, never mind. But if you're talking about God Hand, right?
God hand mode, they call it.
God Hand, where he's just with his one hand racing. But the point is not in the one hand racing, it's more on the less steering that you do that would be, more advantageous for you.
Or like less is more, I believe.
Right.
I've seen that mode in YouTube. Like if you steer too much, it like decreases your water level. Was it?
Your meter, okay. Yeah, you're talking about the game now.
Oh, a
Okay,
new
but
battle
anyway,
happening right here. Alexis Clapano
Alexis
sizing up
Clapano.
Yong Pak Hang for P8.
Yung Pak Hang for P8. Looks like when is he going to make a move? As we speak,
right now.
Yung Pak Hang overcooks that corner. That allows Alexis Clapano to slip right past Pak Hang easily. Yeah, these cars, they may be just Toyota 86s, but as a driver, I've tested these cars on the test races, and they are quite a challenge to drive, huh? You don't want to steer too much in these things. You don't want to misjudge on the braking. You Pak Hang. Looks like like scaring Alexis Clapano there a little bit, but looks like he's not going to won't be a problem for Alexis. On to lap 6 at the moment. 6 minutes remaining into
We
the
have
race.
4 more laps here for this. We got, and then we're gonna have a reverse grid a little later. So right now we still have Russell Reyes, but don't look now. He is only point
0.3. And what's happening in front?
Oh no!
What's happening in front? What's happening in front? Luis Dos Reyes in P1? Where did that come from?
The ticker is going crazy as they haven't crossed the line yet. Relax, relax.
No, looks like Luis de los Reyes may have had a disconnection somewhere.
Maybe,
there it is.
Yeah,
There
looks
you go.
like.
He's on P4. Relax.
Okay.
He's okay.
That was
We
a
had,
slight
uh,
Assetto Corsa mod things.
Not sure. It's not a panic. It's more of a confusion and
Like visible
False
confusion.
alarm, my bad. Anyway, let's go back to Alexis Lapano. He was getting ready to pounce on Andre Varquez as we speak. Actually, this is a battle for P5.
Oh,
Alexis Lapano having a look there, but he knows he's not going to make it.
the train.
Yeah, it's the Vincent Lorente train. Looks like Vincent Lorente. Not sure if he's saving his tires or struggling with grip.
Like Russell.
What's going on?
oh!
It's point one.
It's
we
a
have
dicing
battle
event
for
now.
P1, Kyoyim and Russell.
They're neck
If,
and neck here.
if only we had two screens showing two different battles,
Or five.
we can only focus on one at a time. We were focused on Alexis earlier, but now we have Russell.
Flip action happening. It's gonna be a slingshot move in the corner.
What is Russell
right
going
there
to
on the
do?
last
He's going
corner.
It is.
Yim on taking on the inside but going wide.
Switcheroo! Russell calculated that well. He knows Kyoyim may have overcooked that corner and takes back P1, knowing the trajectory of Kyoyim coming into the last corner. Well, good defense.
Done there by Russell Reyes.
Wow, that was good racing, good calculation, and not panic. He didn't panic there. Even
And
though there was attempt.
The thing about that last corner of Sebring is you're actually turning while braking, so it is going to be a challenge for many of the drivers here. And you may think that you can use the the outside of that in the wide part of the last corner, but no, you can see the track limits visible with the yellow line. So you want to keep it within the track limits, otherwise the game could penalize you for that.
Another battle happening here between Jerry Yu and Roy Riparip,
Okay.
causing one of them to go off track there, but still maintains position. Huh? Oh! Sonny Poon spins out.
Yeah, Sonny Poon spun at the exit of that corner again. I think he may have touched those curves and got a little bit too excited.
Berms again. The berms. Those
Alexis
berms,
Clapano
please.
on the outside overtaking Vincent Lorente.
Wow, just like that, he's up into P5. How did he do that in one lap?
Maybe the berms too.
Oh, wait,
what happened there? What happened there? Alexis Capano.
What the hell happened there?
There's no braking involved. Did his brake lights go off? What happened?
Lumusot ba brakes or something? What the hell happened there?
This is like
We are not exactly sure, but Alexis just overcooked that corner on his own.
That wasn't an overcook. That was a head
Baka nabati natin guys, my bad. Oh no.
Was it just a lag thing or what?
It doesn't look like a lag.
It wasn't lag because Alexis Capano really did go off the track there.
Right. It wasn't overcooked. That was like almost an intentional shoot off the curve here. But anyway, he's at P9. He's trying to claw his way back. But that was a huge mistake there.
Man,
or
Luis de
whatever.
los Reyes is in a battle of his own, but maintaining P4, trying to keep up to HIN.
Right, and there's been a bit of a gap there. But he also has a gap from behind. So, it's in a comfortable spot.
So clean air in a way.
Right, but not a lot of laps now. We got 2 laps left. If he wants to make a move on HIN, he better pick up the pace in the remaining corners.
I don't know the conditions of his tires though, but yeah.
By the way, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Ryan de los Reyes. He's Luis de los Reyes' father. Thank you to the share, and I believe they're watching in a family room, watching their son in action.
I want to give a shout out to you, sir. It is great to have, I'm a father myself, it's great to support our kids, in whatever is their passion. So yeah, shout out and a salute to you, sir. Thank you so much. And we are watching it right now. He's at P4. Again, in
4 seconds away from HIN, but
4 seconds, right?
I think looks like Kyoyim is falling behind.
Falling behind.
I think looks like the tires are shot, as I've expected. Maybe Kyoyim has overcooked his tires, overused his tires. That allows Russell Reyes to like pull away just by preserving the tires. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Alexis Clapano. Looks like he is on a recovery charge once more. He is going to have
position.
he's making his way up.
He moves up to
P8 once
P8
again.
actually.
Coming from P9 and now has his sights on Andre Vargas. But I think realistically speaking, looks like Andre Vargas is the only one he may be able to get on this last lap, as the leaders are about to cross the start-finish line for one more lap.
Right, it is almost the last lap here. Not yet.
Well, another battle happening right here between Roy Riparip and Stanley Goles.
These guys, I'm not sure if they had an incident earlier, and as we speak, losing it a little there, using a little bit of an extra track there, but that's going to slow him down. Stanley Goles on the slipstream range of Roy Riparip up ahead of him, but Riparip is also getting a slipstream from Matthew from Macau. And let's see how they tackle this last corner. White flag is shown for Russell Reyes as we enter the final lap of the race.
Oh, side by side there with Vargas and Clapano.
Clapano has taken P7 now. Andre Vargas just couldn't hang on to P7, but he still has the inside line. Coming into turn 1, Andre Vargas is not
And
giving
just
up
like
enough
that,
fun.
catapulted Alexis Clapano to
Alexis
P7.
Clapano,
A pass from the
momentum coming
outside?
No,
Wow.
he was able to maintain momentum at turn 1 because Andre Vargas is pinned down on the inside line. Alexis Clapano.
Not
just needs
one
momentum
notable
coming out
veteran's
that
move of the
corner.
night brought to you by Alexis Clapano.
Damn.
Alexis Clapano may just bag P7 right now because Vincent Lorente is just too far ahead. Unless, of course, Vincent Lorente makes a major mistake on the very last lap of the race.
We're not wishing it, but we're here to comment on it if it happens. So yeah, let's anyway.
Russell Reyes with a comfortable lead. He has 3.5 seconds away from Kaio Yim.
Right. I mean, even of course, we know Russell Reyes. Wow, a little bit of a little bit of a slide there. But anyway, as Luis has said earlier, Russell Reyes is a pro. Up there. So I'm not gonna say he's not gonna make a mistake, but he's definitely been in these positions before. He knows what to do. Knows how to keep a calm demeanor and make sure to be consistent on his lapping.
He's got a buffer now, so no risks necessary, as Kyo Yim is still trying to catch up until the last point, but that's going to cost him. I saw him like dip a little to the grass. That's going to slow him down on the straight. 3.2 seconds. Russell Reyes is comfortably in the lead. Just has to bring it up. I think he's going to do a drift now. He's going to, Russell Reyes.
Oh, there we go.
Showmanship there.
Nicely done there by Russell Reyes.
He knows he is safe for a little drift there. As
And
he
just
takes
like that, Russell
race
Reyes takes
one,
P1.
round 4 of the SRPH GR86 Cup.
Kaio Yim at P2, HIN at P3, Luis de los Reyes at P4, Kelvin Wong finishes P5, followed closely by Vincent Lorente at P6, Alexis Clapano at P7, Andre Vargas at P8, Yong Pak Hang at P9, Vic Modalo at P10, Matthew at P11, Aldo Balagulan finishes P12, Roy Riparip finishes at P13, Stanley Goles at P14, Ray Chan at P15, Joshua David Marquez at P16, David Enzo Ison at P17, Geno Galatz is finishing at P18, Ken Asensi at P19. Oh dear. Is this fuel? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Somebody called the tow truck. Somebody called the tow truck.
Not this way, Ken.
Oh dear. Sayang. Jerry Yu on the
two
pits.
other drivers behind him.
I believe they retired. They retired. Some nasty accident.
Not really going to be much of a loss for Ken Asensi, but still to run out of fuel and not be able to cross the line, as we see Russell Reyes drifting.
Yeah,
let him have it. Let him have it, boys.
Celebrating a victory.
Let him have it fun.
Yeah, it's his way of celebrating a race victory.
There you go. Followed closely by Luis de los Reyes.
And and you can see the difference. I mean, we've said it time and time before. With the AM class and the Pro class. But then, if you saw the race leaders from the AM class, they're kind of like the Pro class already, right? I mean, the consistency is there, the right calculations, the attack points.
Right.
So some, it's going to be. I'm not saying it's an easy, right? An easy slip from AM class going to Pro class, but you can see the comparisons between the two, and you can see the people who are consistent. Even the AM class, you can see a lot of that in the Pro class. So definitely, we might see some of the names jump from time to time here between the races, but you learn something, I guess, from every race, right? I mean, even the wall hits, even the contacts, the sequence for the overtakes. That is the learning experience, and looks like they're racing in the pits now.
They're keeping it real but fun at the same time. Like
Right.
they were drifting the entire track and then back to the pit safely. Nicely
Cool.
done by
Nicely
the Pro
done.
class.
Nicely done.
Generally clean racing by many of these drivers.
Okay, so Keanu, Luis, what are we gonna see next? What's happening next?
All right, so I believe we're gonna see, I think, Jerry Yu, Sunny Poon, and Ken Asensi starting in the front of the grid this time. So, man, talk about an unfortunate retire, but maybe could turn things around for them actually.
Right. I mean, if they're gonna be in the top positions, then it is a chance for them to turn things around.
Right.
But have the drivers learned anything from contend? What exactly happens between the race 1 and race 2? I mean, you always race to the best of your ability, but what info can you get between these races? I mean, do you see somebody racing aggressively? Is there? What do you think would be the things that you can learn between race 1 and race 2?
I would
I
defer
th-
this question to Daryl Brady actually. How he scores for two races. Go ahead.
Okay.
You only get on P1 to P10. You get points from that places from 25 to 25, 18, 15, and so on. And then the last one will get 1 point. So yeah.
I see.
There you go.
So that's how you calculate the points for actually finishing two races. So
No. That's only for one race.
for
So
one race rather. My bad. Yeah.
yeah, for one race, and then for the next race, yeah, it's still the same, and then they just add the total points for that round.
Then you add up also for team championships, right? The mechanics
Yes.
also.
So,
Right.
yeah, same. So drivers on their teams will get to add the points, and then yeah, they get the points on the team.
All right. So there it does it.
Okay.
Yeah, race 2.
All right.
Now
Now we're
on to
on
race 2.
race 2.
Okay, and again, if you've just tuned in, guys, this is the SRPH GR86 Cup. We are in the Pro class right now, round 4. You got Luis Moreno here and Keanu Dominado, and of course, your boy Damien Wolf joining them here. I'm not sure what I'm doing here with these two fine gentlemen, of course, being known in the racing world, but I'm enjoying this casting session, especially now that we've seen these AM and pro racers, duke it out here in Sebring, and yeah, the action. It's far from a boring race. Even the pro class, there's a lot of action happening. There's a lot of overtaking. There's a lot of fuel drying action here, so there's a lot of things to say, and sometimes we don't see all the action, but we're gonna do our best, and please, you can do your part by clicking that like button, sharing it out. Even if you're watching right now on my page, on Luis's page, on Cano's page, or an SRPH page, just share it. Share the love we have for sim racing, and hopefully we can grow this world and us along with it.
Definitely 100%. All right. There we
Okay.
go.
And here we go. 6 red lights are about to illuminate.
Starting
I don't know
now.
why. I don't know why is it 6 in Assetto Corsa, but I think that's a trademark. So 6 red lights and race 2 of round 4 of the SRPH GR86 Cup is a go. And yeah, Kian Dominado, that's our cameraman back in the pits. But let's see what's going to happen at the front. David Eason is up to P2 following a not so good race 1, but we are already
no!
someone's won. Who was that?
Who was that?
What happened
Russell
there?
Reyes?
What?
No, that
No,
wasn't
who?
Russell. It's Alexis Clapano again.
Oh dear.
Alexis
What?
Clapano.
Yeah.
They have
VR
been-
car going. Oh dear. That is Alexis
Alright.
Clapano. Oh dear.
Oh man.
Is that,
Oh dear. That's a retire.
And that's a retire. That's
What
too
happened
bad.
there?
I think he got
first
clipped
turn.
by someone. We didn't get to see who exactly it was, but looks like Alexis may not be happy about that one. He's going forwards right away.
Meanwhile, for a redemption run for Ken Asensi there, miscalculated on running out of gas earlier, but this time looking at a good fresher start. Oh, Team Hong Kong on the grass. Oh dear lord. I guess 3 cars doesn't fit in the corner there, guys.
Again, you gotta be careful when you are in the concrete part of the tracks. You cannot accelerate the same way as you would on asphalt. Like in this particular section right here, drivers coming out of the corner.
No, Vincent Lorente spins out and recovers it fast. Nicely done there.
He's losing track position there after that incident. Looks like the stewards are going to have quite the night, if not the next.
No!
Aggressive time on Ken Asensi, but they saved it well. But that will allow Russell to pounce. He's currently in P17.
Russell
now
Reyes
up
at
to
P16 now and climbing fast. Dear lord.
Meanwhile, David Eason is capitalizing on the reverse grid. Is now up to P1, trying to pull away from Joshua David Marquez from P2.
Another
1 second behind, right?
bout happening right here between Kelvin Wong and Andre Varquez, followed closely by Luis de los Reyes.
Alright, the cars are still clustered together. It's still the first lap. We're gonna see a lot more of this
We're
kind
seeing
of
the type Roy Rip having a look.
No!
He had a look at Vic Nodalo, but it turns out it didn't go well for Roy there. I think he got clipped by Nodalo coming into the inside line. That was his corner, but Vic Nodalo may have been blindsided. But I think, I'm not sure if that would be looked on to the stewards, but that looked like a racing incident to me. He just dived in on Vic Nodalo. I think he may have been ahead, but
Luis de los Reyes maintaining it.
maybe Roy Ripperip was still on the trajectory of Vic, and that clipped him really bad up to the wall.
Who would have known that?
It's like he was catapulted to the outside there, guys.
I mean, this was our first DNF. We saw it just the very first turn after 4 rounds of racing here tonight. Lots of action, and it's just the first lap.
Right.
It's just the first lap. So what do we have right now?
Meanwhile, for Aldo Balagulan, he's leading the train that is...
He's all alone.
he's all alone right there. Meanwhile,
I think it's the Matthew trade. Matthew from Macau battling with Andre Marquez for P6, and right behind them, Kelvin Wong, Hin, and Vic Nodalo. And they're all ready to capitalize.
Oh dear.
Kelvin Wong
Forced out of the track.
Forced out of the track. That takes both of them together.
And Kayo Yim and Russell Reyes sneaks in to P11 and P12.
Yeah, that is from the result of Kelvin and Matthew coming together at that corner earlier. Everyone, including Russell, gains 2 positions because of the accident we just saw. And now Russell Reyes has his eyes set on Jerry Yu right in front of him, but I think he will take him in maybe 2 or 3 corners. Meanwhile, Enzo Izon is just trying to pull away as quickly as possible. He
Talk
has
about
clean
2
air all
carters,
around.
2 young guys
2
leading this
seconds
race right here.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds away though. But now Russell Reyes, I saw him. It's around the P11. He's starting. We saw him earlier. P18, P16, jumping up, and what a show there by Russell Reyes.
Let's see how quickly he can pass through traffic, because he is just 10 seconds behind the race leader, and we know Russell can
he just
pull
got to
out
P10.
like maybe that, like he can lead 10 seconds, a 10-second gap in a 20-minute race. So let's see how quickly he can move up the field.
Another battle happening right here. Stanley Goles versus Geno Galax.
Galax.
I think Galax is also another foreigner. He has a different flag.
Yeah, looks like it.
Welcome to SRPH, sir.
Welcome.
And he's showing he's welcome, being there in the top 3 for now
Yeah.
for these days.
Looking at his latency, he is definitely from like another country. So welcome to SRPH, Mr. Galax. I hope you enjoy our races here.
I think
And
he
he
is.
is- Yeah, he is showing a good racing class here at this time. Stanley Goles has his sights on him, but let's see how Stanley can
Just
deal.
like that, he's closing the gap.
There you go. There might be an overtake or an action happening the next few corners.
Stanley just has to pick his moment now. Let's see where he
Oh!
will make a move.
Oh, denied by Galax.
Maybe a little bit too close for comfort there, but he is inching in on Galax here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and
Stanley
looking at
Goles, I think the best place where he can make a move is at the back straight. Stanley just maybe needs to give it a little time, okay?
Right,
there,
but,
there.
Goal is
Oh,
now looking
whoa,
at-
whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay,
Galax
easy.
was that,
Easy, easy.
Oh no!
Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay,
Get
a
back on
little
the
bit too
road.
eager on the accelerator there. That costs momentum on Stanley Goles. He has to do it all over again next lap. He just accelerated way too
He has to
early
run
at the
away
exit
right
of
now
that
as Aldo
corner.
Balagulan is just seconds behind him.
Right. Now,
Meanwhile, Russell-
the sticker behind Galax's car says "Inggit Pikit." So might be a Filipino.
Oh, man.
I think he just happened to choose
Russell
one of
Reyes
the,
overtaking
Filipino
Luis Donos
cars.
Reyes on the inside there, coming into the final corner.
Reyes
And
to Reyes action.
And he has momentum. He's going to look at Jerry Yu coming into turn 1. He has some serious speed coming into turn 1. Let's see if he'll make a move at turn 1. No, not yet. Okay, looks like he's going to take his time. Probably make a move in turn 3 coming up.
And it is coming. It's back-to-back, bumper-to-bumper. Reyes
yet,
and Donos
still.
Reyes.
I'm not sure if Jerry and Russell are working together or they're just like, biding their time. Or maybe Jerry has a good defensive
The
position, but
traffic
right
is now on Jerry Yu, actually.
Russell Reyes is now on the slipstream range of Jerry Yu, but I think Jerry Yu, he's pulling away on the straightaways. Is he on a low downforce setup? I'm not sure because he's pulling away on the straights. Russell Reyes has to make up for it on the entry of corners and overall cornering speed.
Right, but it hasn't seemed to work. Russell Reyes doesn't seem to find any gap here that he can capitalize to get out of this position and hopefully get in front of you. Maybe
Meanwhile,
the next few corners.
Stanley Goles finally gets past Galax for P3.
Oh, some action happening in P3, P4 there. Okay, so Eson is still leading. Almost a 3-second gap right now between him and David Marquez. Goles is catching up, but that is a sizable 5.
Oh, a fight happening here between Sunny Poon and Vic Mondalo.
Sunny Poon is on a recovery charge at the moment. He's not far behind the race leaders despite his earlier incident of the lap. What was it?
I think it was a second, moving on to second lap, yeah.
And up ahead is a train led by Andre Vargas. Andre Vargas hanging on for dear life in P10. He's already been passed by Luis de los Reyes, who is now battling with Russell Reyes for P8. And we see Kelvin Wong trying to make a move on the outside.
Oh!
Now a switcheroo on the inside of the last corner. Kelvin Wong on the inside of Andre Vargas for the battle of P10. And I think Kelvin Wong is going to secure P10 coming into turn 1, the main straight. Yes, Kelvin Wong. up
Jerry
to
Yu
P10.
on the fastest lap there at 2:15.164.
Damn. Now don't look now, guys, but
Andre Vargas is hanging on, trying to hang on, not giving up without a fight. Barely gives any space for Kelvin Wong. He takes back P10, but that's what Kelvin Wong. Let's see what this counter attack is going to be. That is.
Oh!
Andre Vargas overcooked, or maybe a little bit too finger on the accelerator coming out of that sequence of corners, and that allows Kelvin Wong up to P10 again. But let's see if Andre Marquez has a counter attack. Not enough. Kelvin Wong
there.
Not enough, not
right
enough.
in front of him now. Now Andre Marquez is going to be under pressure by Vincent Lorente from P12. Battle for P11. Andre Marquez still hanging on for dear life. Vincent Lorente, where is he going to attack? Outside, inside?
Oh, ooh,
This
whoa,
time,
whoa, whoa.
Andre Marquez using a little bit too much curve there. Using too much curve there. Andre Marquez, Vincent Lorente coming into the outside of that corner. Now he has the inside coming into this next corner. Vincent Lorente takes
Good
P11 just
job.
like that. from
Denying
Andre
the
Marquez.
overtaking
And
attempt of Andre Vargas.
Now Andre Marquez has to worry about Kyo Yim, one of the high-level drivers. Kyo Yim may actually look for a double kill here, pardon
Right,
the word.
can pass both actually, depending on what happens.
He's
Andre
being
Marquez
blocked
and
by these
Vincent
two guys who
Lorente.
are battling right now.
He's trying to find a way to get past two cars at the moment. But,
Kyo Yim just has to pick his moment. Now he has only Andre Marquez up ahead of him. He has to pass him first and then worry about
Aldo
Vincent Lorente
Balagulan
later.
sizing up Russell Reyes on the final corner.
but loses the position.
Oh dear.
Russell Reyes still holds 77.
I think it's a gentleman's agreement because these two were
Whoa!
once teammates.
Whoa, whoa, what
Russell Reyes,
the hell was that?
What's that? Galax?
That's Galax.
Squeezing in Russell Reyes onto the wall. Maybe that
Yeah.
maybe looked onto the stewards later on, but I think Galax may have squeezed Russell into the wall there at the exit of the final
the hell?
corner. And
What the hell was that? That was nasty right there.
I'd ask the same thing, but
Oh,
that may
ooh.
have been too rough. Oh no! Luis Del Reyes rough on Galax. I think this is because of Galax's latency now, because Galax.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Right, right.
Galax may think it's clear on his end, but he's not.
Right, that is
Goes to the
entirely
glass there.
possible. That's right.
He's now at P9 though. He's going to catch up to Luis Reyes, hoping there's a second difference. Kelvin Wong also 1 second behind. But a lot can still happen, of course. I mean, we still have 5 laps to go. So,
But-
more racing action. Oh, by the way, guys, there was...
This is a
about
train
to-
right now being led by Stanley Goles. And Aldo Balagulan is in trouble right now.
Right.
Russell Reyes already had Aldo Balagulan earlier, but that's unintentional squeeze by Galatz in the wall. You know, Russell has to do it again. But as I was saying earlier, while that was happening, Aldo and Russell used to be teammates in VRS, and I think they may have a little bit of gentleman's agreement later. I mean, in the race, like whoever they're not going to try and fight too much.
These
they
guys
don't
are
know.
these
They
guys are
don't
good
know.
friends, you know. I mean, even in races in the Clio Cup before, they would bump each other, and it's nothing personal, you know. It's all good. You just laugh at it. You just laugh at it
Yeah,
later on.
There is some chemistry between these two guys, and I don't think they are going to fight too hard. Russell Reyes is going to
there you go.
do the exact same move as the previous lap, but
And just like that, he takes P6.
Aldo's not going to fight
P6.
too much. Russell takes P6, piece of cake.
Oh man!
Now
And
Aldo
just like
will
that, he's on
probably
P6.
Aldo's going to try and work with Russell right now, try to catch up with the guys up ahead. P5 by him, P4 by Jerry Yu. Jerry Yu actually pulled away from Russell following those incidents there, but now these two guys, for sure, they are going to have to work together to try to catch up to the podium positions.
They have to. I mean, looking at David Marquez here, 6 seconds away from lead zone. How many? 6, also 6 seconds?
Wait a second.
4 seconds.
Wait a second. What happened? Oh, no, never mind. Stanley Goles has been passed by Jerry Yu. We didn't get to see what happened there, but
I didn't
we
get to
know
see
Jerry
as well.
Yu has good pace and good car by Jerry Yu at the moment. He picked Stanley Goles somewhere we didn't notice, but now Stanley Goles is trying to keep up with Jerry Yu. Meanwhile, Russell Reyes and Aldo Balagulan are reeling in on him for P5.
At these positions, are earlier we saw a lot of gaps, but now for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, it's like a second gap behind. Eaton is having a comfortable lead right now, but everybody else, well, Marquez a little bit far also, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the rest are just seconds behind, milliseconds behind. So more action coming from the back end here. While Eaton and David Marquez kind of sitting pretty up in front for the first 2 positions.
Just over past 5 minutes remaining in the race. David Eason with a 6.7 gap ahead of Joshua David Marquez in P2. Jerry Yu leading a train in P3, followed by Stanley Goles in P4.
A guy to look
in
out for
P5.
here is
Now
HIN as he is being pressured by Russell Reyes.
Now we have the Stanley Goles train. He's under attack by him and Russell Reyes behind him in P5 and P6 respectively. Aldo Balagulan couldn't keep up with Russell Reyes. Looks like he is on a battle with Luis De Los Reyes, battle for P7. And Luis De Los Reyes, just like that, even look at the inside of the background of the last corner, Luis De Los Reyes passes Aldo Balagulan for P7 successfully. Meanwhile, Hin has passed Stanley Goles for P4 now. Now Russell Reyes has his sights on Stanley Goles. Let's see what he'll will be coming into the next sequence of corners. Will Stanley Goles be able to hang on for dear life with a charging Russell Reyes?
That's one weave right there by Stanley Goles. He can feel the pressure right now from Russell Reyes.
Oh, Russell Reyes has him pinned.
Oh, there you go. Passes on the inside.
There you go. What a pass.
What a pass. Nicely done, Russell Reyes.
Russell Reyes now at 5th position. Podium is in sight, but he does have 3 laps to go. Obviously, very awesome round 1, race 1 for him.
Oh, Stanley Goles is not giving up without a fight. Coming into the inside of the hairpin. Stanley Goles passes Russell for P5, but again, the switcheroo there. Head side by side, Russell Reyes and Stanley Goles coming into this short stretch right here. But let's see, Russell Reyes has the inside line on approach. Oh, never mind, he takes it, P5. A little bit of overhook there, but not too bad.
Not too bad at all. But again, Eason and David Marquez still sit pretty. I'm not sure what happened, guys. I wanted to ask you, what happened to Ken Assetti? I know what happened to Pano. But Ken Assetti actually DNF earlier, so
I am not sure. Ken was like a little bit of incidents in lap 1 earlier, but
he was up there. I mean, he was around P17, P16, I think earlier. But then saw him now DNF.
Didn't get to see because we were focused on the midfield battles between Aldo Balagulan and Russell Reyes and the likes of Luis De Los Reyes and Stanley Goles.
Well, Eason is all alone up here, up in P1, sitting pretty, sipping some coffee, and yeah, just watching the. Oh, he's not even watching the action behind. There's no cars behind him.
It's 7 seconds
away.
7 seconds.
Still coming in the final corner there.
He can afford to relax a little. 2 laps remaining as he crossed the line there. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining into the race, plus 1 lap, of course. That's why it's 2 laps remaining. Let's see some battles. Let's see what's going on. Russell Reyes is
currently there's a battle happening right now between. Actually, it's still pretty far.
Yeah, cars are a little bit spread out at the moment. Not much going on in the way of battles. Yeah, they are spreading out.
One battle that could happen are these gentlemen right here, Luis De Los Reyes and Aldo Balagulan.
Make the 3. Looks like
include Stanley Goles in the mix.
Yeah,
Aldo has caught up to Stanley Goles. They are on slipstream range. Let's see when Aldo will make a move.
is it happening here?
Not yet. Too far.
waiting. But definitely has to do something now. We're in the last 2 laps of the round 2, race 2 for round 4 pro class here at the GR86 Cup. And I think there's no stopping Eason taking P1 here, and David Marquez taking P2. So it's all a matter of who's going to be P3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of course, I may be speaking too soon. Something can happen, and we're not sure. We're not wishing it, but we're happy to comment on it if it does happen.
It's an exciting race, ladies and gentlemen. But as we speak right now, looks like Aldo seems to be struggling with his tires. I noticed him like being wide on the past few corners. Luis Steele's race is just right on his rear bumper right now. Aldo needs to manage those tires a little bit better in these last few laps, because if he overcooks them, Luis Steele's race is just right there, ready to bounce.
And that is. But meanwhile,
Oh, here we go.
here
Like
comes.
Luis Del Reyes having a look at the inside of Aldo Balagulan on this corner.
Happening now.
Oh! Oh!
That was close, but still, Luis Del Reyes still on the inside of that corner. He has the
He's
momentum.
under control. He kept it under
Up into
control.
P7 for Luis Del Reyes, but it's not over yet. Aldo is just right behind him. That may activate a little, that.
Riding the slipstream.
Not just that, but that rage thing in Tekken. Looks like Aldo is fired up.
Some fighting game.
Some fighting game
term
terminology right there.
Last lap.
Last lap,
yes,
last
it
lap.
is. Like that. Aldo
Oh!
having a look at Luis Del Reyes, but Luis closes the door, but looks like Luis.
Oh!
Like Aldo Balagulan saying, "I will battle you, but I won't hit you."
I won't hit you, but I'm right here. Feel the pressure.
Aldo now has the slipstream range, but because these two guys are battling, that allows Stanley Goles to escape just a little for
Oh!
P6 to hang on him.
Oh no!
What's that?
Oh dear!
Looks like a miscalculation there by Aldo. We saw Luis trying to make a last
And
minute.
here comes Gio. It's gonna be capitalizing on that.
Looks like a miscalculation there by Aldo and Luis de los Reyes. Luis de los Reyes making a last minute move there at the hairpin, and Aldo wasn't sure where exactly to go, and he hits Luis de los Reyes from behind, and that allows Kyo-Yim to capitalize on those two. Up to P7 for Kyo-Yim.
Man,
Meanwhile, David Eason with a
I am
portable
amazed
knife.
with this young driver, Luis.
It's Iso.
Yep.
Yep, he is really quick. I can verify that because he is the I think he's champion for the junior class of the GR86 Cup already last year and this year, and he is showing great potential at his age.
That's right. And check out that gap of 9.6 seconds.
9 seconds. And he's gapping pro level. This is the pro class. I mean, he is pro class, but he's up against similar, other pro class drivers.
He may have had
Just like that, David Enzo Eason finishes at P1.
Yes, there you go.
P1 for race
P1.
2.
Followed
And we're gonna
closely
wait 10
by
seconds.
Joshua David Marquez. Followed closely
10
by
seconds.
Jerry Yu at P3. HIN at P4. Russell Reyes at P5. Stanley Goles at P6. Yo Yim at P7. Luis de los Reyes at P8. Aldo Balagulan at P9. Kelvin Wong at P10. Andre Varquez at P11. Vincent Lorente at P12. Vic Nodalo at P13. Sonny Poon at P14. Roy Riparip at P15. Geno Galatz at P16. Ray Chan at P17. Matthew at P18. Yong Pak Hang at P19.
What a race that was, ladies
A
and
race
gentlemen.
indeed.
Right. I mean, it was a great combination. We got, Eason, sitting pretty there, so not a lot of action happening up in front, but certainly a lot of action happening at all other positions on the track and all these laps. Wow, I can't even name one where was pretty surprising. Everything happened.
Non-stop action from the pro class, clean racing, but at the same time, lots of intense action. Nicely done to David Eason for race 2, despite I think he had a misfortune in race 1 earlier, but race 2 he was able to capitalize on the reverse grid very well and managed to still bring home some good points for this round.
Absolutely, and although the points do matter, I don't know how to say this, but there is a reputation factor as well for me. When you see these pro class people race, if you get past Luis in a corner, right, cleanly by somebody, of course you get riled up, you want to pass indeed, but there's also a little bit of respect there. There's a little bit of, wow, he did that, right? I mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
doing your best, and he was able to pass you. So definitely a lot of respect, from all of our drivers here. And again, impressive display there by Enzo Ison. But want to give a shout out to all the drivers. I mean, all the action that we've seen, all the calculations, the strategy. They've all performed. They're pretty much worthy of the term pro class.
Definitely.
Definitely. Nicely done to all the pro class drivers. Yeah, a little bit of a rough racing here and there, but again, that's part of racing, and sometimes it's hard to avoid. Sometimes, yeah, it's just part of racing, and we have to like, just it is what it is.
Okay, so is Daryl Brady coming in for a disclaimer in the points, or do we have Enzo Ison was leading the points there for the pro class after round three with 71
Yes,
points?
yes, he is
Yes, he
here,
did.
Mr. Daryl Brady in the house. Let's hand it over to him for a while.
Yep. So I hope you enjoyed the race on the pro class. So nakita niyo naman siguro yung driving, and then there are some still contacts like incidents, but it's well done with the drivers. Yeah. On the points on pro class, we have now Luis de los Reyes on P1, and then Enzo on P2, and then
Wow.
Sonny Poon on P3. But this is only the provisional. We have to wait for the penalty results on some protest. So
Right.
by the by after this day, we will see the points.
Wow. The stewards are gonna have their hands full with the races they've had with a lot of the contact, but
Bibilis
I mean,
yung pagkaputi ng buhok natin pag stewards tayo. Joke lang, joke
all
lang, joke
right.
lang. But yeah.
So what happens next, Daryl? Can you give the viewers
Do we have a
some,
preview of the next
yeah,
round?
or what's gonna happen?
Yeah, on the next round, round five, we'll be going to Sonoma, another American track.
Whoa, what a track that is,
Oh,
Sonoma. That is quite a track, ladies and gentlemen. Sonoma Circuit. Is it the long or the short track?
It's the long layout.
oh
And I
wow.
Nice.
assume there's gonna be a
Nice.
recalculation of ballast. So we have different
Yes.
set of race leaders now. So there's gonna be some ballast changes as well. That's gonna be exciting. Do we have a date for it?
Yes,
Or
the race will be next week on Tuesday, October 17, same time, 8 p.m. on the amateur class and then 9 p.m. for the pro class.
mark your calendars, guys. That's gonna be a lot of action. That's round five, right? Or
Round five, yes. And then there's a bonus round, which is the round six that we'll be doing in Chang circuit in Buriram. And then that would be double points.
there you go. That's the double points. Okay,
Wow.
pretty cool. All right. So Daryl, are there any other words that you want to say, or
We want to conclude with the sponsors with your
Oh,
código.
yes.
baka
With
your
my Código. I
código,
have
you
my
lost it
Código
again?
here. Yes, I want to thank all the participants, the drivers, and the crew here with the stream, the looking good gentlemen that I'm looking at the screen right
Looking good
now.
gentlemen. I like that.
Yeah, thank you all for the efforts and the races of the drivers that they are doing. Even though they are sometimes the heat is too high, they are always angry with each other, but not always punching with each other.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, thanks to them, and thanks to the viewers who are watching right now. I
Right,
hope
right.
you can still watch this relive this. Just put the thing go backwards. I don't know what's that called.
The rewind button.
The
Rewind.
rewind.
The
Yes,
thing
yes,
go
yes.
backwards.
Replay.
I like that. The thing go backwards again. The
Yes,
replay button.
the replay
Rewind.
button. Yes, yes. Just rewatch it again. So yeah, thank you all. I just want to thank again the sponsors. I have my Código here. Um, Parts Pro PH, D4 Graphics, Sim Racing PH, Sim Magic, DBGP, Sunday Bytes, Unknown PH, ESC, DMR, Dominado, E-Motorsports Rally, 7 Star Garage, Pinky Parts PH, Overboost Racing, Ribbon Arc Motorsports, Soul Exhaust, and SkyeDRV. Okay, thank you guys.
All right. So thank you
Okay.
very
All
much.
right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Channel, go
So
ahead.
yeah. So guys, I would just like to give an opportunity to thank each and every one of you who race in this round, especially the viewers, guys. I always say this in every stream that I get. And I believe you guys will agree, Luis and Devin Wolf. You guys will agree with me when I say this.
Mhm.
Ang viewers ang star ng ating show.
Yes,
Yes,
it
of course.
is.
Yes. Kayo nagbibigay ng views, kayo nagbibigay rin ng action from the comments and also from cheering on your favorite driver and team, no? So, grabe, this show would be all for nothing if it weren't for you guys. But the
And
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I was saying to cheer also your favorite casters also.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
That's right. Grabe.
Okay.
We wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for the love of the sport. So, talagang game na game tayo. And also, I would like to give a massive shout out and thank you as well to kahit na last minute, no, Damien Wolf. Grabe. Thank you so
Ah,
much. Thank
no
you so much
problem.
to
No
you.
problem.
And of
Wow,
course,
nice.
come back another for Luis Moreno to actually join
Yeah.
us. Grabe, parang triple threat yung
It was
ating aura for
Ganda nga
tonight.
eh.
nice.
Nakakuha na eh.
I mean,
Right.
it's nice to have like 3 commentators. It like
Yeah. Yeah.
perks up the excitement to the next
Keeps the
level.
energy
Like
high,
And
actually.
energy high, and like allows us to like rest our voices one way or
right.
another.
And be
Now that
flexible
there are
too.
3 of
No?
us, yeah,
Be
flexible and
flexible. Like, say you're
mhm,
seeing something here, and then you can remind, oh, something happened here, and then
right,
yeah, we
right.
can
Not
talk about things.
not to mention all 3 of us like can easily relate, like jive well. Really nicely done. Really fun commentary, and I'm looking forward to maybe another one soon.
Yeah. I
Oh, that's
mean,
gonna be up to Keanu and
yung
Daryl.
gantong samahan, no alcohol needed, pero parang nag-usap
Mhm.
lang kahapon, di ba? So,
Pero
Yeah.
pwede rin magka-alcohol.
well, of
So,
course, maybe off air. Of
Save it
course.
for post race. Save it
we're
post
not we're not
race.
we're not we're not encouraging that.
Yeah, we're not
Just
encouraging that.
come.
Pero grab, we're just saying yung samahan here, guys, kahit parang ano parang we just talked yesterday yung ganung samahan. Pero
Mhm.
as we join ourselves in a race like this, parang it's good company.
Cool. Yep.
Nonetheless.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Okay. So Luis, why don't you plug whatever it is that you're doing right now
Go.
while we do our outros? You can
Go
start
ahead.
with you.
Well, I would just like to take this opportunity to greet my racing team, Legion of Racers, and at the same time, I would like to share our recently launched Hyperdrive Series Season 3. This is our 3rd season, and
Yeah.
right now we are doing the new Kuala Lumpur Street Circuit.
Wow.
And
wow.
yeah, registrations are open for the 3rd season of the Hyperdrive Cities series, and you may check out more information and details on how to join this exciting racing series at hyperdrivecities.com.
Cool. Alright.
And hopefully we could get a lot of Filipino racers to join this thing, because sooner or later, guys, if we get a lot of Filipino racers to join this thing, perhaps we may have a Manila street circuit in the coming
Uy.
season.
Grabe.
Yes,
Uy.
because
cool.
in the past seasons we've started with Singapore, the Orchard Road Street Circuit, and then last year we had the Semangi Interchange from Indonesia, and this year we have Kuala Lumpur for this year's Hyperdrive Cities. So if we could get a lot of sim racers in the Philippines to join this year's Hyperdrive series, who knows, next year we may finally have the Manila Street Circuit. We don't know where they would plan this, but maybe VGC or MOA, I don't know, but let's see what they have in store for us. The Manila Street Circuit, hopefully, guys. Hyperdrive series, Hyperdrive Cities, Manila, maybe in the future seasons. So
We'll see.
make sure to check out Hyperdrive Cities at hyperdrivecities.com.
And invite
Right.
them, Luis, to your page too. Don't forget.
Yes, definitely. You can check out details through our pages at Legion of Racers, and of course Hyperdrive Cities, both on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All the links are there on the website. So yeah, make sure to check both our pages out for more details on those series.
And Luis Moreno Sim Racing PH. Don't
Yes,
forget.
definitely
Favorite
my
page.
own my own sim racing profile both on Instagram and Facebook. That is Luis Moreno Sim Racing. Also, one more thing, I'll be at the Philippine Motorsport Expo this Saturday for the sim racing panel. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to see local sim racers, seeing them on site physically. Good would be good to meet you guys there alongside the panel, and yeah, looking forward to this weekend's Philippine Motorsport Expo. That will be all on my end. Thank you very much.
All right, Keanu, I'll come next. So
What?
you be do the outro. So for me, guys, again, your boy Damien Wolf. I don't have a lot of sim racing related stuff happening, but a
Coming
lot of
soon.
other stuff
Coming soon.
happening. Yeah, coming soon. I do post my own time attack videos for Assetto Corsa on my channel. So if you want to check that out, of course, you can go to my YouTube channel. My Facebook page, of course, is Damien Wolf. Damien Wolf Howls for YouTube. I do have some a bit of some racing content there, but a lot of my content right now is for fighting games. I've just casted Rev Major King of Fighters 15. I'm regularly doing tournaments for Street Fighter and other games. There's a lot more in store for me in the future. So if you're good for a variety streamer, hope you follow my pages. And yeah, hopefully I can get to cast with these handsome gentlemen again in the future. And
Definitely.
yeah, that's it. That's gonna be it for me for now. Short but sweet, Kano. Go ahead.
All right, so guys, I'd like to give a shout out to everyone who kept the support all the way from the start of the stream. So, if you want to know more about this, do check out SRPH. They have a page and they have a group as well. So be sure to check them out, and do follow us on, especially do follow me on my socials, Dominado E-Motorsports Rally on Facebook and on YouTube, and Speed One Matrix on Twitch and on Trovo. Okay, so these races are simulcasted among all pages, especially from DMR to SRPH, and also a special appearance from Damon Wolf, even streamed on his page as well. So really, we are everywhere, guys, and this is actually cheers to Digital Motorsports for 2023, and looking forward to what lies ahead, especially on 2024. And also, just plugging in the Philippine Motorsport Expo, I will be there alongside Luis Moreno for the first ever sim racing panel that will be held on Saturday, 7 p.m. That'll be on the prime time of Saturday. All right, so hopefully the weather keeps up with us. So no rains, no undercutting, whatever. So so praying hard it won't happen. And also, guys, just to share out our advocacy also for this, that sim racing is of massive value as well, and FIA recognizes this sport as part of motorsports. All right, so whatever result we incur here, it's actually transferable and relatable to the real thing. All right, so we're not merely just a game; it's actually a means to an end, and it's a future for everyone who gets in the sport. All right, so that's all from me. Also, short and sweet. So, guys, see you on Tuesday next week for round 5. Thank you, guys. See
We'll
you.
see
Thank you. Good
next
night.
stream and on the racetrack. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Stay safe. Stay
Thank you,
hydrated.
guys.
GG's.